we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All righty, welcome back, race fans. Tonight, the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 600. Now, they're not going to be pulling 400 laps here, but they're going to be pulling 200, so close enough. It's going to be roughly about 300 miles here tonight for 200 laps, so it's going to be an outstanding race here tonight. Last week, they had their all-star race, and that was just up for bragging rights. Well, tonight, folks, is all about going back into the points, getting the most points for the chase, and a possible championship. Well, we will get right straight to it here, folks. Starting with the MaxSpeedTV sponsors on this side. Starting with Walt's Beard Co., your official starting grid sponsor here for MaxSpeedTV. Have a beard, need some beard balm. Check them out, waltsbeardco.com. Sim Speed Shop for all your iRacing needs. Button boxes and handbrakes for rallycross or even dirt. You need any of that? Check these guys out at simspeedshop.com. Colby's Eye Paints. Need a paint scheme done on your car or just some paints in general? Check these guys out at colbyseyepaints.com. Hershey's Design Company. Check these guys out. I'm still not sure what they're actually doing. But I will get with one of our other broadcasters and get that information here hopefully soon. But check these people out at HersheyDesignCompany.com, I believe it is. They are a sponsor here for MaxSpeedTV, so great to have them on board as well. The Ohio IndyCar League, they'll be firing up their season here starting in a few weeks. They race once a month in the IR18, brought to you here on MaxSpeedTV, as well as a league that is a sponsor for MaxSpeedTV. If anybody's out there and interested in racing the IR18 once a month on Saturday nights, check these guys out at Facebook.com/Ohio IndyCar League. A great group of guys to know and to race with. And of course, iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, your sim race broadcast and graphics source. And Jason Allison just doesn't do, I believe, overlays for iRacing. I believe if you need overlays made, no matter what it is, check Jason out. I'm sure he can come up with something, but he does a fantastic job with the overlays here on MaxSpeedTV. So great to have all of these on board. And, of course, a big shout-out to BA Graphics for coming on board here with the Cup Series for the NMNTS Tuesday Night Cup Series. And we have some people in chat here coming over from the other broadcast. That was earlier here on MaxSpeedTV. Timothy in chat, alike in chat. Bruce Wright in chat here tonight. So we have some people coming from one to another supporting here MaxSpeedTV. Great to have all of the support here from the fans to the league to just everybody in general out there just supporting MaxSpeedTV. We sure do appreciate it. Me, Rudy KR, Michael D'Amico, Jeff Dodson, Charles Smith, everybody that plays along and helps us here at MaxSpeedTV. We sure do appreciate it. Without all of you, this would not be possible. And of course, I know it is Tuesday night, but people are still traveling home from the holidays. And of course, without our fellow past, present, and our future military, this definitely would not be possible. We would not be free to do this. We have a couple of guys out here still running paint schemes from Memorial Day, so I want to go ahead and give a shout out yet again to the military out there, past, present, and future. Your sacrifice and what you guys and girls do for years and years is outstanding. You know, from MaxSpeedTV and from a veteran to you guys, thank you so much. But wanted to get all that out of the way because we have definitely got some points to go down coming in to tonight. And as you guys can see, it's we're tied. Coming into Charlotte, Spence Thompson and Jared Washon tied for that top spot with 1,180 points. You know, these two are going to be battling it out. And speaking of these two, they are 1 and 2 here in practice. So you know these two are going to go neck and neck. Zach Lindgren, 1,123 points, 57 points back. Bradley Wilson in fourth, 978 points, 145 points back. James McKee in fifth, 970 points, 8 points back. David Heisen, sixth, 919 points, 51 points out. Craig Lerman and Cody Spiker are tied, 885 points, 7th and 8th, 34 points back, both of them. Anthony Colenantuano, Anthony C, that's what I just call him because I cannot pronounce his last name correctly at any point in time. He's not, 863 points, 22 points back. Gordon Larson Jr. in that 10th spot here, 859 points, 4 points out here behind Anthony C. So that's what it's looking like here in the point standings coming into tonight. Points on the line again. And no, folks, they the practice says 22 minutes, but they will actually be doing a driver's meeting, qualifying against only 5 minutes tonight because this is going to be a long or a long race for these guys, the longest race this season. So they want to kind of get it going as quick as they can, but yeah, they want to give these guys some practice. So these guys are out here putting in the lap. Started at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central here. So great to have everybody out in chat. Captain, glad to have you in chat out there. Oh yeah, I'm ready. Captain says it's Bristol. Well, it ain't Bristol, but it's Charlotte. It is one of the favorite 1.5-mile tracks here on iRacing. My favorite 1.5-mile track. So they're actually racing here at night. Of course, I am Joshua Medlock here on the mic here tonight. Robbie Buckner will be joining me here momentarily. He is your race control admin and in the booth here tonight. Comes in on Tuesday nights with me to broadcast this race, help call it. So glad to have Robbie on board here this evening, pulling a double duty yet again. But they do stages here, folks, so get ready. First stage will end at lap 50, second stage lap 100, and they're going to have a 100-lap shootout to the end. So we will get to the pre-race analytics here real quick, coming out to this race. 72 degrees air temp, 72-degree track temperature here, winds out of the north at 0. Laps 200, 300 miles, and I was told the tire window is going to be junk after 15 laps, so I just threw that in there and put an LOL at the end. So after 15 laps, the tires are shot. Tires going to be key here tonight. Fuel window is going to be around 35 to 40 laps, so roughly I was told about 38, so I threw it in there about 35 to 40. We may see some guys save fuel, not sure. We're going to have to wait and see how the first stage plays out, though, and go on from there. Pit road 50 miles an hour at pace speed, though 65 miles an hour is what this track holds here tonight. Evil Batman back in chat here tonight. We got a lot of newcomers here in chat for the stream here. I know a lot of you guys just came over from Newark. That was earlier, and that race ended. Y'all are all jumping over here. I believe we only have 2 tonight. We may have 3. I'm not sure if KR has one here tonight or not. He may be off tonight, but there are a lot of times, folks, we have 2 and 3 streams are going, sometimes 4 at the same time. That's just the way we do it here on MaxSpeedTV. We do it MaxSpeedTV style. So, and we're going to get this race started MaxSpeedTV style as well. If you've been into one of my broadcasts, you know how I get things started. If you have not, well, you're in for a treat here tonight because, well, let me just put it to you this way. A lot of people like it, so we'll go with that, and we'll leave it as a surprise. So, about 18 minutes left to practice. I know practice will probably end about 7:45 Central, 8:45 Eastern. I know they're only going to get about altogether 45 minutes of practice. Then they'll have 5 minutes of qualifying. We might get an interview in before they go grid. I'm not sure. That will all depend on how quick they qualify and then go grid. So, but we will try our best to get somebody up here to interview. A lot of nice paint schemes out there. Evil Batman, they're going to be pulling 200 laps here tonight. 200. Yeah, I imagine we're going to have some of that rubbing and racing here tonight because, you know, this is Charlotte. Right now I am showing, let's see here, if I'm showing about 19 drivers in there. Of course, one of them will not be racing, so there's 20. So right now we've got about 19 drivers in the lobby. One of them is not racing. Like I said, folks, he's adminning RCing tonight at Robbie Buckner. So although you'll see him in the ticker, he's not on the track. He has to be in the lobby to, you know, throw black flags, clear black flags, all that other good stuff that comes along with race control. So you will see his name, but he will be up here in the booth with me momentarily as soon as he gets done doing his adminning stuff. Of course, don't forget, folks, later this week, we're going to have some more action here on MaxSpeedTV. The GRCS will be a Pocono along, that'll be a Thursday night. And, of course, Saturday night, the VRL Southern Spoon Cup Series will be at Homestead for their season finale. You don't want to miss that. I'll have a special guest in the booth with me that night. This person hardly ever gets to be in the booth with me. I'm usually in the booth with him. If you don't know who that is, well, you should now. But if you don't, check us out because this Saturday night's going to be very interesting as the VRL finalize their season with Homestead. Well, man, these guys, they do the Cup, the NMNTS Cup Series is half of the actual Cup Series, Monster Energy Cup. So whatever the Monster Energy Cups run, these guys run half the length of that. So if they run 500 laps, say at Bristol, these guys will run 250 laps. It's half of the race. That's the way they like it. It brings some very good entertainment. They do stages as well, so that kind of throws a mix in there. And I don't really like the real Cup cars doing stages. I think that's the most ridiculous thing that they could have done. But here on iRacing, it makes it interesting because although it's realistic, it's still a simulator. These guys are still racing for a championship, racing for a possible trophy, maybe some money. You know, all that's on the line. and they could come back next season and try it again if they don't do it. See, in real racing, there's millions of dollars in real NASCAR. Everybody knows that. Here on iRacing, yeah, it does take a subscription, but you get in here, you get your wheels and all that stuff set up, man, you're on a ball. But it looks like everybody is going to be coming out pit road here for the final drivers meeting as I go rambling on. Yeah, the tricky triangle of Pocono. Yes, sir. Not sure when these guys go to Pocono, but I'm sure they'll go to it sooner or later. But right now here in practice, though, Spence Thompson still holding the top spot in first. Jackson Allen moved to second. Zach Lindgren in the third. Jared Washon now back to fourth. Kelsey Rogers in that number 36 machine. Right now, he's sitting in fifth in practice, and you're really going to have to watch Mr. Kelsey because this guy knows how to race. I believe he is one of the newcomers, but, man, he knows how to race, so you're going to have to watch that 36. PJ Popham in that number 1 machine. He's a veteran to the league. He knows how to race, too. All these guys out here know how to race, and they put on some very intense racing. Sometimes they're side by side and so close, you think they're going to wreck, and they don't. And that's outstanding to me that you trust the person right next to you enough not to wreck you or you wreck them. I have seen it many times. Internet just blacked out. What? Well, Timothy, man, we appreciate it here on MaxSpeedTV for your kind comments there. Well, here we go. Qualifying underway. 5 minutes for qualifying. This is close qualifying. This is a fixed setup league for everybody out there who's wanting to know. If you've got that question in the back of your mind, you're just too afraid to ask. It is a fixed setup league, but they run half of the actual cup cars. So, if you want a fixed league that runs NASCAR Cup style racing, check these guys out. Inman TS at the BA Graphics Cup Series. Everybody pretty much on the track here right now. Time really starting to be posted here in just a few minutes, folks. Right now, Spence Thompson grabbing the top spot with a 28.434. Zach Lindgren coming in and second with a 28.458. In at that 89, or the 80, yeah, the 89 machine, 85 machine, sorry. That would be Zach Lindgren. Spence Thompson is in the 89. PJ Popham grabbing the third position here. Got him a top for 3 here so far. Anthony C. running in that 4th position. Daniel B. Hill in 5th. Vernon Morgan, I hope I said his last name correctly. Currently running in 6th in the 33. Well, I'm not sure if the high groove going to be a factor or not. Maybe throughout the race it may. I don't know if it's going to come into effect early, but it may. We do not know. Got about 2 minutes of practice here. It looks like Spence may just hold on to that top spot. Him and Jared Washon, though, tied at 4 points. Jared currently in the 12th position in qualifying. Gordon Larson Jr. currently running 9th with a 28.697 on his second lap here, trying to better the lap. Oh, we're going to see some 3 wide, regardless of if that high line comes in or not. We're going to see some 3 wide, I guarantee you. Mark my words, we're going to see some 3 wide. I've got chat and everything pulled up on my laptop so I can actually see chat. That's why when y'all pop a question, I get it. All right, Gordon Larson Jr. will looks like stay in a 9th. The Jerry Glenn finishing up his. Joseph Andewar on the track, looking to put in his time. Got about 40 seconds left. Joseph Andewar will grab the 13th position in the 13th. Yeah, it's best to remember it because we will see some 3 wide. Now I don't know exactly when we're gonna see it, but we're gonna see it. Okay. All right, Joseph Andewar grabbing the 13th spot. That will officially do it for qualifying. All right, we'll get him on the grid here as soon as everybody resets. That way it doesn't mess up ATVO here. All right, here we go, folks. This is your Walls Beer Co. starting grid for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series, Coca-Cola 600. Spence Thompson grabbing the pole here with a 28.434. Congratulations to Spence Thompson for grabbing the pole here at Charlotte. Zach Lindgren going to be starting on the outside of him in 2nd. Jackson Allen in 3rd. PJ Popham in that 4th position. Anthony C in 5th. Daniel B. Hill will grab the 6th spot. Vernon Markham. I hope I said Vernon's last name correctly. He'll be in 7th. Bradley Wilson in the 8th position. Gordon Larson Jr. in 9th. Craig Lerman will start in that 10th position here. David Hayes in 11th. Jared Washon in 12th. Joseph Andewar in 13th. Jerry Glenn in 14th. Kelsey Rogers. Gonna have to watch at 36 because just watch him. I guarantee you, watch him. He'll be starting 15th. Matthew McMeekin in 16th. Jeffrey Smith in 17th. James McKee in 18th. Kenny Younds. Oh, glad to see Kenny back out here racing. He's in 19th. Scott Lacoe in 20th. And Robbie Buckner is not racing here tonight. He's actually in the booth with me right now. Robbie, how you doing, bud?
Man, I'm good, brother. 200 laps. Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, gonna be a great racing. 50-50 and a 100-lap shootout to the end. I got a feeling tires are gonna be key here tonight.
Heck yeah, tires are going to be very crucial. These guys are probably running about 15 laps, and the car's just going to go to complete junk after that, and then they're going to have to try and hang on until they get to that time in the window to actually pit. The interesting part is to see who's going to try and stretch this first segment all the way out versus those that are actually going to try and pit.
Well, exactly. You know, they're going to be pulling 200 laps here. Tires, and as I posted in the pre-race analytics, for y'all, Robbie is junk after 15 laps. And I did put an LOL out there after it, but it's the truth. After 15 laps, your tires are gone.
Oh, yeah. They're, after about 15 laps, your right rear tire and your right front tire are just shot. There's no grip anymore. One lap is loose, next lap is tight. You just don't know what the car's going to do for the rest of the run.
Exactly. One pace lap here tonight. Not a short track. On short tracks, you get 2 pace laps. 1.5 mile oval here at Charlotte, you only get one. So you got 1 lap during pacing to kind of get your butt situated in your chair there. Get your pedals where you want them, get the steering wheel where you want them, and of course your shifter. If you're using a shifter, a lot of people use the paddle shifters, but you know, they don't have much time. They only got 2 turns before we'll drop the green flag here from the MTSB Graphics Cup Series. Coca-Cola 600, in this case, it'll be the 300, but nevertheless, it's still going to be the Coca-Cola 600 because they're going to be putting it like it's down for 400 laps, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah, these guys are ready. They're pumped. They're ready to go.
Yes, we are. Pace car is off, folks. We will be going green flag racing here momentarily. Green flag is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go. Race against Charlotte, boys. We're guaranteed to see some 2 wide. We're going to see some 3 wide, I'm sure. They may wait a little bit, but 3 wide's coming. I know I shouldn't be talking early like that or talking smack, but we know how these guys race, Robbie. These guys race clean, hard, and they can go 3 wide and still maintain speed without wrecking each other.
They do. I don't expect anything less of these guys tonight. Last week we had some guys show up last week that hadn't been here. A lot of these guys were able to learn things from some drivers they hadn't raced around in a while. But these guys could definitely go 3-4 wide at a time and not tear anything up.
The thing about Charlotte is when you're coming out of caution out already.
I believe I may have jinxed them.
Uh-oh, what happened there? Where did that start at? Oh, man. Well, see, there's Ron Broad. Was it, what?
13.
The 13 of Joseph Andovar. All right. Well, we will go back and take a look to see what happened, because I did not catch it. Oh, yeah, Joseph Andovar did manage to spin it out there, so we will actually rewind that just a little bit. See exactly what happened. Was there contact, or did he just lose it?
Oh, there was contact.
Oh, there was contact. All right, well, let's see if we can get a better angle at this, because this is all jumping. All right, well, let's go right here, and we'll play it right here, folks. See if we can get, oh, yeah, contact between him and the 36. It looked like the 36 just got a run and didn't get it slowed down enough. Braking points a little differently here, and got into the back of the 13, and that will spin you around. So the 13 of Joseph Andovar will be part of the caution. It looks like there was some contact made between him and the 96 as well, as that 13 makes his way on the backstretch. All right. Back up live here. Everybody on pit road already. Looks like we got a couple of guys staying out. Vince Thompson and Zach Lindgren are going to stay out.
Yeah. We learned last week in the Open that you can stay out if you only run about 2-3 laps on the tires. You know, the cycle-wise, it doesn't really hurt you. You can stay out, and you're able to hold your own for about 20 laps. After that is when it gets kind of rough. But by the time you get 20 laps in a run, everybody's struggling. So if you have a good handling car and you have a good idea of what it's going to do, you'll be fine.
Yeah, like I said, how dare you, Robbie, I guess, for jinxing it.
Yeah. I jinxed them. I got done saying they can go 4 wide, not a problem.
Well, we know they can because we've seen it, so.
Yeah, these guys, These guys will settle in here. We'll have some good green flag racing here.
Oh,
No
yeah,
worries.
guaranteed. Yeah, Timothy, rubbing is racing. You got that right. These guys know it. We know it up here in the booth. There's going to be some rubbing. There's going to be some racing. I mean, like I said, they can be side by side, so close together. You can't put a piece of paper in between them, and they'll be racing each other like they have the whole track to themselves because they know each other's lines so well. Now, that's really only certain people that know each other's lines so well. A lot of the newcomers out here, we got a few of them, still learning how to race the, you know, what line people like to run. You know, not necessarily, you know, wanting to, you know, be almighty, Robbie. You know what that, but they're trying to learn their line on each track. That way they know.
I think, you know, you look at this situation here, you have two drivers, Kelsey Rogers and Joseph Andujar. You know, Kelsey's used to being up towards the front of the pack, and there's a different style of racing at the front of the field versus the back of the field. Back of the field, you got to check up a lot more in the back because it's so packed up. You can't haul it off in there the way you would if you were running second, third in the race. And I just think it's just a difference. You know, you get in the back, you know, the guys in the back, they get frustrated. They say the guys in the front, they end up in the back, run them over. You know, and then the guys from the front that are in the back say the guys in the back don't know what they're doing. But it's not that. It's just the situation that you're in, the drivers you're around, the cars you're around, requires different skill sets. You know, you can be up front and run wide open all day long and everything seems hunky-dory. But, you know, you get in the back where cars are piled on top of each other. You're trying to check up to make sure you don't get in the guy in front of you, and then the guy behind you just gets into you.
Exactly, you know, and I like the Coca-Cola. You had a point there. That 89 machine, Spence Thompson, yeah, he knows how to race. You got that right. He knows what needs to be done when his tires wear. We don't know his strategy, but he knows what he has to do to stay out on the track to be fast when he has bad times. Robbie, get him going, bud.
All right. We're getting ready to come out of turn 3. Pace cars hit the bottom. Spence is on the loud pedal and
Green
got
flag,
a good
green
jump
flag.
on Zach lingering this time.
Now they go single file up front. Now for the most part, it looks like that one of PJ Popham. PJ Popham, one of the guys I've been watching. He knows a lot about his car. Oh, the 51. Oh, Anthony C. Oh, and he's still. Oh, there's the big one at Charlotte. Oh no. Oh. To watch that. Now, was there lane? No, he passed the start-finish line. And we'll see the 51 here come at the end of turn 1. Anthony C is on fresh tires. Oh, tags the wall, gets him loose. Oh, no, somebody was behind him, tagged him. So heavy damage on the 51. He could not get it under control. And he is still losing it there. The 00 gets around. Oh, no, the 14 involved in that. And somebody just plowed him. Oh, no, who was that? The 17 of Scott Lacoe had nowhere to go. And the 51 goes a-flying. All right, well, we're going to do something here. I know I've got somebody in chat that loves this view. We're going to go cockpit view. Kind of watch this. And how it all unfolded from Anthony C's perspective. Oh, and he goes topsy-turvy on his roof. And, man, that's 77, and the 19 hit the wall, or the 13 hit the wall hard, too. Man, oh, man. Well, it looks like Matthew McMeekin in the 14 has taken his car officially behind the wall early. What you want to see, only 10 laps into a 200-lap race. Scott Lacoe, Kenny Younts, and Anthony C. still on pit road, it looks like. David Heise coming down pit road in that 7-Eleven machine. Right.
I'll be right back real quick. Gotta answer some questions.
Yes, sir. Robbie, do what you gotta do, bud.
I'm gonna mute my mic for a second.
Yes, sir. Robbie Buckner calling the race. You're up here in the booth with me, you know, doing some adminning duties as well. You know, 11 laps in, folks, and already we have seen the product of some hard racing in the back already. And even up front, 2 cautions only on lap 11 here for 7 laps. And Spence Thompson has been out front this whole race. So far, he's led 10 laps. Zach Lindgren is behind him. These 2 gentlemen still have yet to pit. So, different strategies playing out. And these 2 are teammates.
Yep.
Spence Thompson and Zach Lindgren are teammates. So, you know, these 2 are working together. They've got, it looks like, Jared Wishon as a teammate as well, and Anthony C. as a teammate. And it looks like Anthony C. is still sitting on pit road.
Yeah, Anthony's car's got a lot of damage.
I believe Bradley Wilson is also a teammate, correct?
Well,
I'm confused.
Zach Lindgren in the 85, Spence Thompson in the 89, Clayton Kurtz in the 90, and Jared Wishon in the 18 are all part of WFO's Cup Series program.
Okay.
Bradley Wilson in the 54, Terry Mason in the 75, Anthony C. in the 51, and Trevor Harmon in the 27 are all part of TRM on the Cup Series side. But they're all, basically, they're all one big team, but you can only have 4 cars per team.
Yeah. Well, they, you know, you can say 2 different teams, but you can also say they're separate teams, and they race like they're separate teams.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, folks.
Green flag.
Number 13. Good start by everybody here again. They're trying to get single file. Zach Lindgren still going to hold that second spot. Now, Zach Lindgren and Spence Thompson have not pitted. Jackson Allen and Daniel Hill, well, all the way back pretty much, have at least pitted 1 time. So, we may see a tire factor here momentarily as that 4 machine of Jackson Allen looking to the outside of that 85 of Zach Lindgren to take over second.
Yeah, what Zach's going to be careful right now, and his tire's a little bit older than Jackson's. Riding that bottom quick. So Zach's got to make an educated decision here whether it's worth racing in this early.
Well, we still have over 185 laps here to go. Boy, that number 4 is now making a run on that 89 machine of Spence Thompson as they make their way into turn number 1 side by side. And it looks like that 89 of Spence Thompson may not fight him off too hard. He knows it's early. Well, he's going to fight him a lot harder than what I thought.
You're going to earn it if you get by Spence.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we talk about that last week?
Yes, sir. Spence is going to race you clean, but he's going to make you earn it.
Yeah, now the 4 machine of Jackson Allen will leave that lap. He did make that pass cleanly on the 89. So Jackson Allen up front here, your new leader. Still a whole lot of racing left to go. I still can't pick who's going to win, who's not going to win. Well, unfortunately, we know who's not, but we won't get into that. I mean, accidents early, man. You don't want to see that happen within the first 10 laps of a race. That is not something we as broadcasters or owners or league owners want to see.
we'd love for the race to go green flag. We all know incidents are going to happen. The biggest thing is you want to avoid what we refer to as dumb wrecks, which is just where somebody's driving up. Good job of racing under control, understanding. Whoa! Right as soon as I say that, Daniel Hill catches the wall off of turn 4 a little bit there. But these guys know where they're at on the track. They understand the situations.
Exactly.
They'll be respectful.
Oh yeah, you respect the drivers around you, and you're going to earn that respect. You race them clean, hard, and aggressive somewhat. Not too aggressive to a point you're going to wreck them, but aggressive enough to say, hey, I'm going to race you aggressively, so I want you to race me aggressively but cleanly. And then, you know, we can be friends.
But now you do have, one thing I've noticed is, you know, you always heard people talk fondly about Mark Martin.
Yes.
That Mark Martin was one of those guys that if he saw you catch it, you know, he didn't put up a big fight. And you will have drivers that they're going to give you room to let you go. Then you have drivers like, you know, they talk about Ryan Newman, how Ryan Newman is a hard driver to get by. But, you know, Ryan Newman makes you earn every bit. You have drivers honestly that are the same way. They're going to make you earn every inch of the track, every spot. But the thing is, none of these guys are dirty. You know, if contact happens, it's usually because, you know, it's just an accident, just an incident, whatever. These guys are real respectful of each other. And they do a good job week in, week out of putting on good shows, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, ever since I have picked you guys back up, I mean, I've seen nothing but clean racing indeed. Now, we do know that something has happened. You know, lost some drivers, but y'all gained some as well. And a lot of times you will see some of those other drivers come in and race with you guys, and they race just as hard, you know, as they would be if, you know, they were racing for a championship, you know. And we all know who they are. If you don't, you know, I'm not going to mention them because this is NMNTS here tonight. But you know who they are, Robbie. And hard, clean racing, no matter what the case is, it brings out some good racing. Now, to answer a question in chat we had, no, they don't have any quick repairs. They make it just like a regular Monster Energy Cup. You wreck it, you fix it. If you can't fix it, you put it in the hauler and you get ready for the next race.
Yeah, looking at the chat. Yesterday. Yeah. I'll go ahead and tell you, I've seen people in iRacing wreck themselves as well, man. It's, you have one of those frustrating nights, you know, be amazed at what happens sometimes, but no. And Josh, to answer your question, man, or to add to your statement really more so than a question, you know, yeah, we've had some turnover this year in the NMTS. We lost some really good drivers this year. We wish those guys nothing but the best. You know, we had the pleasure of having them back last week, being able to race with them, you know. Love those guys to death. No hard feelings at all between us and them. But those guys in that series and these guys here in this series, they're all here for one reason only. They enjoy iRacing. They love the competition. They love to just get down, get dirty, and have some fun. And, you know, wish it could be other ways, you know, but those guys are having huge success over there. And I'm excited and I'm happy to see it. Couldn't happen to a better group of guys, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely, Robbie. You know, and you know, I have actually gotten the honors not only to pick you guys up to be broadcasted here on MaxSpeedTV, and it's great to have you guys back. I actually called you one of y'all's opening races at the beginning of the season. I can't remember. I believe that was the trucks, wasn't it?
Yep. The truck series race.
Yeah, the truck series race. Whoa, that number one machine, a PJ Popham, taking it to the back of the 89. Spence Thompson there. He's letting Spence Thompson know, say, hey, I'm back here. You make a mistake, I'm capitalizing. We know PJ too. PJ will capitalize on that spot if he can. But you know, like I was saying before, I've had the honors to pick you guys back up. And, you know, hopefully we can continue going forward and grow together. Oh, somebody off the track. Yeah, oh, nice save by the 85. What was I saying? Oh, I forgot what I was saying. But I got them back. So really, in all honesty, I have got 2 different leagues, but yet 2 of the same league. I mean, y'all guys put on such great racing.
Yeah, I had the pleasure the other night to be able to watch their Charlotte race, or at least a good chunk of it after I got done with some of my broadcasting duties over on our broadcasting channel. And, those guys were putting on a whale of a race that night. It's good to see. It's good to see the turnout. Good to see those guys doing what they're doing, so.
And we have a few that race in here, that race in there as well. Everybody's good friends,
Oh, yeah.
One of the ones that I know for a fact is that 85 of Zach Lindgren. I know his name very, very clearly.
Yeah, I tell you, Zach's been on a tear this year. Zach last year was one of those drivers that kept wondering when he was going to knock down that door to his first win. He finally knocked down his first win in the All-Star race last year, and it seems like the floodgates have opened for him since then.
Yeah.
Zach has just been on a tear. He's really coming into his own, getting better week in, week out. And I really expect to see huge things out of Zach the remainder of this year and moving forward as he gets more and more comfortable with his new sim rig and all the equipment that he has around him.
Everybody out there who is looking to join iRacing, you can either join, I believe it's 1, 3, 6 months, a year, or 2 year at a time. Of course, we do recommend, and iRacing recommends, a steering wheel and pedal set, and a shifter if you want it. We have seen people use controllers. Now, it's not recommended. But I have seen people use them, and you would think, now these guys that I've seen use them, you would think they're using a steering wheel because they're just that good. But you can tell they're using a controller or a joystick or something because of the way the front wheels juke back and forth.
Yeah, they're not as smooth, not as stable as somebody with a controller. I've ran into a race before where a guy was using a keyboard and a mouse. That was probably the scariest thing I've ever come across in iRacing. But
oh man,
you can get in iRacing for probably, in my opinion, if you were if you were out there right now, you didn't have a computer, you weren't able, like right now, you just didn't have the stuff to run iRacing, and you wanted to get in iRacing, probably going to cost you about $1,500 initial investment to get in. Because you're probably going to have to spend about $700-800 on a good computer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to eat up a lot of your budget. You can get a good wheel. I mean, me personally, I use a Thrustmaster.
Not to interrupt you, but somebody is across the grass there. I didn't catch who that was. Good save, though. The green machine.
Is it the 96?
Let me check here of Jeffrey Smith. Yeah, I believe that was. Yeah, he kind of got loose, cut it across the grass. Good save, got it back under control. No caution, so we are still green flags, so go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah, definitely a good save there. I've seen that end horribly. I don't know, I mean, I use the Thrustmaster wheel. I can't remember exactly what the model number is, but it's the one for the Xbox One that you can use on the PC. It cost me $250, and it's a wheel with paddle shifters and 3 pedals. I can't ask for much more. I've used it for almost 2 years now. I love it. There's guys that spend $1,000 on a wheel and pedals, but but you're probably looking at about $1,500 to get into iRacing. But you could actually probably do it cheaper if you really wanted to. It just depends on how much graphics you want to see.
Exactly, and I run the Logitech G920. I believe that might be the one you're talking about.
No, I'm not lucky enough to have a Logitech.
Oh, okay. Well, I run the Logitech G920. I paid a good sum of money for that one. It was roughly, I think, $325. It comes with the wheel and the pedals. You have to buy the I had to buy the shifter separately, but I believe now you can actually get it at a combo for $299. So, which is not bad. It's a great shifter and a wheel combination. But iRacing recommends a wheel and a pedal set. But anything is possible if you know what you're doing. As I have pulled up the top 5 here for everybody out there watching. Jackson Allen currently with almost a 2-second lead over PJ Popham. PJ Popham now in second. Zach Lindgren in third. Spence Thompson in fourth. And James McKee will round out your top 5 here. Well, now James McKee goes into fourth, passing Spence Thompson. So we do got some passing going on, but Jackson Allen, ever since he got up front here, he's just been on a roll. He has not looked back. Clean air. And he is really wanting to come out with a win here tonight.
Yeah, the sad part is I talked to Jackson earlier today about tonight and his chances and what he thought about his car. And Jackson doesn't feel the greatest here at Charlotte. He says it's not one of his most favorite tracks. It says he struggles, and if this is him struggling, I'd hate to see what it looks like when he's feeling good.
Yeah, exactly, because right now, it doesn't look like he is struggling at all. Now, to answer the questions in chat, looks like Spence Thompson and Zach Lindgren may be dropping back because of tire issues. They're on much older tires than everybody. Oh, caution! Jeffrey Smith?
Oh, still wrecking.
Yeah, still wrecking. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened to the 96. Wow, 10 laps to go before the end of the stage.
Oh, he got into the back of Kelsey there.
All righty, folks. We will go and take a look here. Yes, he did. It looks like he got maybe the 36 loose. The 36 goes spinning. And it was just a collateral damage there. 36 drove it like it could not get off of him. And sends him and Jeffrey Smith into the inside a wall. And that 96 still wrecking as that 96 comes back on the track. Hits the outside wall and turns the Gen 6 car into a modified.
Yeah. I tell you, it's crazy right there.
Yes, it is. Well, we were under, we're still even not at the end of the stage. Stage point's still up for grabs here. So I am, kind of wondering who might be thinking, some track position, maybe?
Well, you got to think, right now we're on lap 42. We're going to come to the stage break at the completion of lap 49, start of lap 50. Enough cars stays out here. If you're sitting first, second, or third, you're probably in pretty good shape to get a top 10 finish out of this first stage here.
Sorry about that, folks. I have got 4 little ones that don't know how to shut up. And they like to bark, and my mic is very, very sensitive. All right, well, Bradley Wilson up to top point here. Now, he is going to be coming down pit road. It looks like most of the guys are going to come down. Looks like some are going to stay out. I believe pits have already happened, but Bradley Wilson will lead a lap. And it looks like Jerry Glenn coming down pit road. Vernon Markham. Now, is that how you pronounce his last name?
I have no clue. He is brand new.
But brand new to the league. Well,
brand new to the league tonight.
He is running strong here. I mean, he's currently scored right now in 9th. Of course, he is on pit road here, but Jackson Allen now back out front. Man, oh man. It looks like
it's going to be interesting. Daniel stayed out on old tires, so
watch for wheel spin with Daniel. Daniel's a lap down.
Oh, he's a lap down.
Yeah.
Daniel's staying out to get the waiver around.
Exactly. Now, he will be coming around to the end of the field, so he'll be back at the end of the field. Now, if he does, kind of spin some tires there, he's not going to be in traffic. He's wanting to get that. He's wanting to get back on the lead lap, and I kind of don't blame him for the move he made there. Let's see here. One of the guys I wanted to pull up, I talked to him earlier, would be this guy right here. Well, if I can grab a hold of him. Uh-oh. There we go, Gordon Larson Jr. Got a copy here real quick?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Hey, man, how's the racing going? I know you're getting double foul here, but how's the racing going for you, bub?
It's all right. We got a little new equipment for this race, trying to get used to it, but so far so good. We're just taking our time.
All right. Well, still a whole lot of racing left to go for you guys out of there. So, still anything can happen. But, Gordon, man, good luck out there. We're going to be coming to the end of the stage here momentarily here in about 6 or 7 laps. So, good luck, man.
Appreciate it.
And that is one of the guys that Gordon Larson Jr. you got to watch as well.
Oh, yeah. Gordon's one of those nickel and dimers.
Nickel and dimers, yeah, buddy.
Gordon will nickel and dime you to death on the racetrack. Next thing you know, Gordon's in the top 5. Next thing you know, Gordon's winning championships like he done last year in our B-Car series. He nickel and dimed everybody all year long. At the end of the year, he was the man standing atop the podium.
Man, oh man, yeah, Gordon Larson Jr. in that 10th spot in points. Pace cars off. Green flag back out. Well, we're going to get stage 1 here completed in about 6 laps. Lap number 50 will be the end of the stage. But stage 1.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting here, though, is to see how Zach and Spence fare. This time they're on equal settings with everybody else as far as tires go.
Exactly. Now, we know that track position, toward the end of a stage or the end of the race plays a factor, plays a huge role. But if Jackson Allen, like you were saying earlier, is not comfortable at Charlotte, he's not showing it at all.
No, I think he was playing a little close to the vest, if you ask me.
Playing some mind games there.
I think he was trying to throw me off his trail for tonight. But it's kind of hard to throw somebody off your trail when you go out and lead 40-something of the first 45 laps.
Exactly. Now, Jackson Allen has led 31 laps here so far. Spence Thompson has led 14. Bradley Wilson, I believe, gets a bonus point for leading a lap. Y'all do get bonus points for lap led, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So bonus point for Mr. Bradley Wilson there. As we come to the line here, the lap 48. 2 laps to go before the end of the stage. And, of course, right now, folks, guess what? Pit road's closed.
Yeah, pit road is closed.
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on P.J. Popham in that one, though, because it looks like he is dialing in that number 4 machine as we come to the line here. 1 to go for end of stage number 1. Can P.J. get around Jackson Allen, or will Jackson take stage 1? Well, we're going to have to wait and see as they make their way onto the backstretch here. Going to be making their way into turn number 3. Here we go. I don't know if that one machine has enough to get up there, but nevertheless, that 4 machine of Jackson Allen will grab a stage 1 victory here tonight. This is the Uniman TSP Graphics Cut Series, the Coca-Cola 600, 300, however you want to look at it. And Jackson Allen, stage 1 winner. We'll get him down here momentarily to give him a quick interview. So congratulations to that 4 machine. It's still running. It looks like, I believe, let's see if we get a closer look. Never forget, didn't catch the front of that. I see Never Forget their service. He is still running the Memorial Day paint. Right. Well, we will give it a minute to let these guys pit, and then we will get Jackson Allen up here for a quick interview before they go back green for the start of stage 2. And then, of course, I'll let Robbie get them going on stage number 2. But, Robbie, man, great to have you back up here in the booth with me here tonight. Been an honor, man. I'm glad to have somebody here, second chair. I mean, I know I can do it by myself, done it before, but this kind of helps the league, you know, having an RC, watching the race, seeing what's going on, and also, you know, having a second chair to keep an eye on what's going on to the back of the field, because some tracks can get, you know, rather, you know, dicey.
Oh yeah, it can get crazy in some tracks. Short tracks are probably the worst ones to do race control on, especially small tracks like Martinsville. You just don't have a lot of time to get stuff settled out, looked at, fixed. So it get kind of crazy, and I'm gonna go down here and give everybody their finishing order of that first stage. So all right.
Well, I'm gonna pull Jackson up here because we know Jackson won. So Jackson Allen, do you got a copy?
10-4.
Jackson, man, pulling out of the stage 1 victory here tonight. Man, now, I don't know what's going on. You say you don't feel comfortable here at Charlotte?
No, Charlotte, I don't know. We got a love-hate type of relationship. I kind of run good here, but it seems like if mistakes are going to happen, this is where I'm going to make them. Like here on pit road, I slid through my stop just like half an inch. It was just enough to give PJ the lead here coming out of the pits. So it's just always little things. We don't seem to get along. I know the way around the track, but yeah, we'll see how it goes here. This is a long race, and yeah.
Well, you know, you did pull out the stage 1 victory here. You got in that clean air, and you never looked back. So talk about that run you had once you got out front, you know, 2-3 second lead. You just was on a different zip code there, man. Talk about that last run, bud.
Yeah, well, I pitted there on that first caution. It was only 4 laps, but man, the tires don't wear a whole bunch here, but the little bit that they do makes a big difference. And 4 laps was enough that I decided to come in, and when we finally did get running there, it was about lap 12. So the leaders' cars had 2 heat cycles on their tires, and that was the advantage on the restart. And then I went into tire conservation. I felt like a long run was coming, and I think those guys just pushed them a little bit too hard trying to keep up, and that was the variable in me able to pull away later on in that run.
All right, we're getting double file here, man. Congratulations on stage 1 victory here. Getting double file here, as I said before. PJ Pop, I'm going to start on the inside of you. Good luck, Jackson.
Thank you, sir.
All right. PJ
Love-hate
Pop.
relationship, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, well, let's change that here real quick. All right. Love-hate relationship. I've got a love-hate relationship. That's for short tracks and road courses. I hate them. Oh, I hate them. Get them going.
All right, as we get ready to start stage number 2, PJ Poppins going to be on the inside, Jackson Allen on the outside. Pace car makes that a hard left. PJ in control. PJ's on the loud pedal and we're away to start stage number 2 here in the NMTS BA Graphics. Coke 200, 600, 400, whatever you want to call it.
That's a lot of laps, and you know, I know y'all called it the Coca-Cola 600, which is the same as what NASCAR does. But y'all ain't pulling, you know, the 400 laps like they do. You know, y'all pull half of it, but it's still a long race, regardless of how you look at it.
Yeah, this is the longest race on our schedule all year. 200 laps. I'm going to be honest with you. 200 laps, if it doesn't get you physically, it gets you mentally. And the reason I say that is once this race gets into a long green flag run and you just start logging laps and logging laps and logging laps, it just takes that one little lapse of concentration. And when you make that one little mental error, that's when your whole night goes south in a hurry.
Exactly. Now we're going to talk about points here for a moment now that we're in stage number 2. Spence Thompson, Jared Wishon, both tied for first place. It's a long race, and they know it. But 1,180 points with, both of them tied for first. Mm-hmm. Now, Spence Thompson currently right now running 6th, Jared Wishon in 5th. Teammates, but fighting for first place. Now, in that situation, in your mind, in your personal opinion, don't let, the league kind of interfere with it, of course, but in your personal opinion, what would you do knowing that you're tied with a teammate, but you also fight for a championship?
I'm going to be honest with you. My personal opinion on the whole thing is I'm going to pressure him into mistakes week in, week out. We're teammates. I want to see him succeed just as much as he wants to see me succeed. But at the end of the day, I'm here to win a championship. That's what I was brought in for. That's what I was brought here to do. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to race you clean, but I'm going to race you hard. And I'm going to see if I can't pressure you into making a mistake each week and make it that much easier on me. Because it's easier to beat you when you're in the garage than it is when you're out on the track.
Oh, exactly. Right now, Spence Thompson and Jared Wishon, are, neck and neck together. Spence Thompson in the 89 machine. Jared Wishon in the 18, right behind him. That is 5th and 6th position. A lot of laps still to go here. And coming down to the wire, I'm sure we're going to see these two, along with who we see up front, P.J. Popham, Jackson Allen, James McKee up front running in 3rd, Zach Lindgren. We're going to see these guys still up front, and these guys fighting with them as well. Track position going to play a key. We're guaranteed to see a green flag pit stop within the 100 laps because, 50-50 and 100. Now, if this goes green all the way, we're going to have to see a green flag pit stop because I don't think they can make it on fuel.
No, I don't think they're going to make it on fuel. And the biggest thing is it more advantageous for you to two-stop the second in than it is to one-stop? And what I mean by that is, will you give up more time by running a one-stop strategy than if you just went with a two-stop strategy and took advantage of those fresh tires?
Exactly. Well, P.J. Popham up front here in that one machine there. It looks like he's driving a Ford, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. Right behind him, another Ford. Jackson Allen driving a Ford as well. So we got 2 Fords up front. James McKee and Zach Lindgren battling it out here for 3rd spot. Zach Lindgren getting around the 8 of James McKee. James McKee in a Ford. Zach Lindgren in a Toyota. So we've got a Ford, Toyota, and then a Ford. So we got a battle of the Ford Toyotas up here.
And 2 more Toyotas.
and then 2 more Toyotas.
And then I think 2 Chevrolets.
All right. So we've got different cars out here. And I believe most teams drive the same cars as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the WFO TRM guys are all in Toyotas. Thunderstruck Racing, who Jackson Allen races for, there's no team orders as far as the car. I think Jackson and Kenny both are driving Fords. P.J. Popham is kind of the oddball in the whole thing. The team he runs with, I think most of those guys run Chevrolets, and he runs a Ford.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, actually, no, because David Heiss is in the same team, and Heiss is out here in a Ford tonight, too. So, you never know.
I believe it's whatever car they decide to race that night.
Yeah, whichever one has the prettier paint scheme.
Yeah, well, I do know that at your super speedways and at your super speedways and your speedways, that you can get draft with, you want to run the same type of car. Because the bumpers line up, the draft is equal to the car. So you want to run like the Ford, run the Fords and stuff like that. You know, me, I'm a Dodge guy, but they don't have Dodge in iRacing, unfortunately, because Dodge is not in, you know, the Cup Series or anything. So, but my personal pick, and everybody out there watching, just don't go out and grab a Chevy because I said so, but my personal pick is a Chevy.
Yeah, see, I'm a long-time Ford guy. So, you know, I drive. Funny part is, I'm a big Ford guy. I drive for WFO, so I have to drive Toyotas, which is so against my nature.
Oh.
But, you know, when someone else foots the bill, you do what they tell you to.
Yeah.
But, the one thing I hate personally, it always annoys me, is there's no F-150s in the truck series.
Exactly.
It's just a Chevy and the Toyota.
Well, not to interrupt you, but we have a battle for the lead up here between Jackson Allen and PJ Popham. Jackson Allen onto the inside of that one machine. Jackson Allen looking to capitalize and grab a Stage 2 win here. But they right now are green flag racing. So if this continues to go green, we're going to see pit stops.
Don't look now, but Zach Linger's coming.
Yeah, I see that.
PJ for second.
Yeah, I see that 85.
Jackson put the hammer down. He saw that 85 coming in a hurry.
Yeah, I seen that 85 too, Zach Lindgren. One of the guys you gotta have to watch because, you know, he's what I call sneaky. You know, he likes to sneak up on you, and so does Gordon Larson Jr. Gordon Larson Jr. likes to sneak up on you too. So, you know, you know more about these guys than I do. You've raced with them, you know, for years. You know how they race. I'm still learning, but from what I've seen, you have your sneakers, and then you have your go out and getters, the ones that just get out front and just go.
You have three drivers right there that are prime examples of three different driving styles right there at the front of the field. Zach Lingard is one of those drivers that's really fast and smooth, but Zach takes care of his equipment. If you notice on that last run at the end before the caution in Stage 1, Zach was still running third on those older tires in comparison to everybody else.
Yeah.
Zach does a really good job of taking care of his tires and at the same time remaining fast and competitive.
Well, Zach Lindgren is your new leader. He will cross the line to lead his, I believe, first lap of the race. Started second, and he is currently in that first position. So he made the pass on Jackson Allen, and he is now up front. So could we see a different stage winners here? Well, you find out here in at lap 100, and they still have
28 laps.
Yeah, 28 laps to go.
28 laps to go, but PK is on taking care of equipment. PJ on the other hand, PJ is a wide open every single lap.
Oh man. Well, PJ has, I believe, got to victory lane many times. He knows how to race the track. He's using that high line. PJ Popham, he's not really on the low line per se, kind of a mid to high line. That number one, he's trying to get some rubber up there to get that high line working. And, you know, right now it's working for him, but a lot of drivers out here don't know how to race that high line. They're scared of the wall. And let me tell you, yeah, I'm scared of the wall too. That wall will eat you up. Ooh.
Sorry about that. I had to do a quick damage report for one of the drivers.
Okay. Well, let's see. Timothy said in NASCAR 15 he drives a Ford, and like the Coca-Cola said, Zach better win. He's my pick.
All right. right now, Zach's got a mirror full of Jackson Allen, so he's gonna have to fight for it. But these guys are doing a good job right now. You know, and another guy sneaking into the picture there is that 8 of James McKee.
Yeah, buddy.
James is slowly but surely sneaking into it, and it's almost seemed like Jackson's found a second gear in the life of his tires as he goes back around Zach Lingard for the lead in turn 1 and 2.
As we go back up to that number 4 machine, we were on the 8 there for a moment. James McKee sticking his nose in. He wants a piece of the action. Now, the more these guys up here race side by side, then that means 3rd and 4th will catch them. If 3rd and 4th can stay together, you know, one right behind each other, you know, kind of get the draft off of each other, maybe do some swapping, they'll catch these two because right now they're side by side.
Yep.
And it looks like that one machine has closed the gap just a little bit on Zach Lynn. Whoa!
Ooh, both of them got loose.
Yeah, buddy, they sure did. 1 and 2 get a little loose there. Tires playing a big factor here in stage number 2. That is not what you want to see. We have to go back into the field a little ways to 5th. Jared Washon running into the 18 machine, currently running in the 5th spot. Craig Lerman, we have not called his name much tonight, but he is running in 6th. So
Solid
good
run for Craig.
Yeah, solid run for Craig Lerman. Daniel B. Hill up here running in a 7th. Bradley Wilson leading a lap here tonight. I believe Bradley Wilson is one of the league owners, but they have several. I believe, Robbie, I believe you're one of them too, ain't you?
I'm just an admin. Bradley actually owns the entire league.
Oh, I thought he was just one of.
Nah, NMTS belongs to Bradley. That is his league. Myself, Ken Yantz, John Barron, we're all admins on this league. We all help out.
Okay, all right.
I'm just the loudmouth that hangs around a lot and says a lot. So.
Okay. Well, the 54, Bradley Wilson leading a lap here tonight, grabbing a bonus point, currently running in 8th. Now this is the BA Graphics Cup Series on Tuesday nights. So, you know, but the NMTS apparently is just owned solely by that 54. But with you guys, you know, you've got to have your admin. You've got to have help. One person just cannot run it all by himself. He would not be able to race. So this allows the owner to race with you being, you know, admin, race control, helping me in the booth, you know.
Well, I think the biggest thing that the admin allows an owner to do, such as Bradley, it allows him to race, and it also allows him to know and understand that at the end of the night, everything's going to get taken care of. And if he was to win a race, there's not the whole thing of, well, it's his league, it's rigged, it's all of this, because there are guys that are here, the admin, that call these things day in, day out, the same way over and over, no matter who it is. And Bradley, unfortunately, he's fallen victim to his own rules probably more than anybody else.
Yeah. Well, those rules are in place for a reason. And even as a league owner, you have to obey by those rules. Even though you created them, you can't play favorites to yourself. And I have to say, Bradley Wilson is one of those guys that if he breaks a rule, one of his own rules, he obeys it. Even though he may not like it, he created it. So, you know, he will, you know, just suck it up, be done with it, you know, have the penalty or whatever the case may be, and he's done. You know, I have to say Bradley is, you know, one of those guys that he you know, he may not like it, but he'll do it.
Well, Bradley was one of the first people in the league to fall victim to the suspension rule.
Oh.
Bradley had a run-in with a driver one time. They were fighting for the lead, and the guy drove over his head in the corner, wiped Bradley out. And, you know, emotions run high, especially towards the end of the race. And Bradley pretty much drove around the track under caution, wiped the guy's stuff out. And, you know, he started a 3-race suspension for that because we don't put up with it no matter who it is.
Exactly.
You don't wreck somebody under caution, you know, and he took it like a man. He understood. He made the rule, you know, so he had to follow it.
Well, as we was talking about the 54, Spence Thompson in the 89 did get around him, so Spence will go into 8th, Bradley back to 9th. Oh, man, we've got about 15, 16 laps left before the end of stage number 2. We're winding down stage 2 here. Green flag so far, knock on wood, hopefully they can stay green flag. But, you know, you never know. It's Charlotte.
Yeah, it's Charlotte. You never know. And to answer Alike's question about what happened to Spence, Spence actually made a little bit of contact with the outside wall earlier in the run, so he's falling back. He had a little bit of damage. He was actually the driver that I had to give a damage report to. But he's got a little bit of right front nose or right front fender damage right above the tire, but he'll be all right. He'll be able to get that fixed and get back out there and get competing. Plus, Spence is also feeling a little bit under the weather tonight.
Is that your meaning of rigged, Alike? Person who is salty after losing a race?
Yeah. That's usually the one that's hollering rigged, is the person that's salty after losing. That's usually the one that's hollering rigged.
Wow. I'm gonna have to market that because that's just, you know, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. And Timothy and Rachel, I actually have y'all on my Facebook page already.
Yeah, I've got to get Timothy on my Facebook page. Timothy, I do not have you on my Facebook yet, but you know, with broadcasting and everything going on, I'm a guy who likes to metal detect. So usually during the day I'm out metal detecting. I didn't do it today because it was so freaking hot. But don't worry, I'll get you on Facebook. Oh, the 4 sideways, no, Jackson Allen. Oh.
He saved it, though.
Oh, nice save, but that allowed the 85 to capitalize and put that 85 now almost a second ahead, over a second ahead of Jackson Allen. And Jackson Allen is going to have company. Oh, Jackson Allen almost. That could have been horrible for Jackson Allen.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. That could have definitely been a lot worse.
Well, sorry about that, folks. I had to cough there. I didn't have time to. Oh, caution! Bradley! What?
Oh, shit. That was on me. I got too excited. I threw the damn stage caution.
Oops. Are you sure? Uh-oh.
Well, that is the joys of being me when I make a mistake. You guys got to see it live.
Oh no, lap 90, and Robbie Buckner hits the button by accident. Oh no. Well, how are we going to do this? Is that the end of the stage, or are we going to...
That's the end of the stage.
That's going to be the end of the stage. So Zach Lindgren, by mere mistake, by, well, Mr. Buckner here,
Yeah.
will win stage number 2. Oh, no.
Yeah, and I just had to tell everybody because everybody was like, what's the deal? Why are we... Yeah, because I'm an idiot. I threw the caution like a dummy.
well, it happens. Now, Zach Lindgren, by unfortunate incident, and we'll have to get Zach Lindgren down here because I think he's going to be hysterical when he finds out exactly what happened. But he will win stage number 2. So we're going to get Zach down here real quick. Zach Lindgren got a copy.
Yes, sir, I got you. Go ahead.
Well, now, the caution came out. No, okay, Robbie, I'm going to let you interview him, okay?
Hey, you guys are having a good time up here, man. Where's my invite?
Hey, buddy.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
I'm a moron. It's cool.
Oh,
That's cool.
well, you know what? Thanks for throwing the caution anyway. I needed it.
How's the car?
Yeah, the car's all right. We're a little loose out of each exit now and then, but I think we figured out what Jackson was doing to keep up with him and to beat him. He's really straight out of the corners, and so were we. So right now the car's feeling pretty good. We just got to keep her in one piece, got to keep her under us, and hope for the best the rest of the way here.
Yeah, there's probably some mad people out there, and.
Well, I thought you threw a phantom caution, to be quite honest with you. I thought you wanted to make it just a little bit more interesting, so you just threw a ton to go. I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is a thing now, but okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna mute my mic. Sorry.
Josh is gone.
I'm a moron. I'm getting yelled at by the league owner, so I'll be right back.
Okay. The racing's been really good, man. We've had a lot of competitiveness up here, especially up here between me, PJ, Jackson, and Jimmy McKee. We've all had a really good run going. So the racing's been phenomenal. Just I hope the cautions kind of remain non-phantom, kind of, you know, if your wreck caution comes out, you know, that kind of thing.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Robbie.
Question for you.
Answer for you.
How many laps can you go on a tank of fuel?
We should be able to go through about 45 to 50 laps. So honestly, that was a lifesaver right there at the end.
So basically, I just guaranteed everybody's got to pit twice.
Yes, that's exactly what you did. You made this race a 2-stop pit stop.
So I've added some drama.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I'm the best admin ever.
At least from my knowledge, that's how much we got. I could be wrong with about 60, so.
10-4. Well, best of luck to you, brother. I'm sorry.
Thank you, guys. No, you're good. You're good. It's all fun.
Well, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm lost.
Even I make a mistake.
Well, I mean, everybody makes mistakes. We're human anyway. Pace car gonna dive off. Zach Lindgren.
Too much.
Trying to lead them to the line. Green flag back out. Good restart by everybody. And I'm sure a lot of people out there is a little upset right now.
I'm laughing at the chat over here.
Yeah, they're kind of laughing. Yeah.
They're on me. I had one job. You're right. I had one job. Messed that up.
Well, Robbie, we're all human. You know, we all make mistakes. We all have, you know, we all get trigger finger, basically,
awesome.
You know, so.
Seriously, that's so stupid to me.
Well, I mean, it happens.
For some reason, I saw 90, and in my head, I was like, all right, caution time. As soon as I hit caution, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit.
It's all good. We're back racing. And we got 100 and...
Well, as we look at the... Well, if I can bring it up here. There we go. As we look at the caution count, I believe we've only had 2 or 3 regular cautions here. One of those was the stage caution. The next one was the stage caution 10 laps early. So we've had 5 cautions overall, 2 of those being stage cautions. So we've had 3 cautions for 16 laps. We have 104 laps to go. Guaranteed, well now 103 laps. Guaranteed, like we heard from Zach Lindgren, 2 pit stops. They're going to have to make 2 pit stops to finish this race out. Guaranteed.
Yep. Definitely going to have 2 pit stops.
All right. Well, we have it here, folks, so we're going to do it. We're going to go into the middle of the field here just a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of a crank it up here for the NMNTS BA Graphics Cup Series Coca-Cola 2, 3, 4, 500, however you want to look at it. So get ready. It's crank it up time. Alrighty, folks, back at it here live on MaxSpeedTV. I hope you guys enjoyed the Crank It Up. I'm not going to say it on chat, but I did put it in, or on live here, but I did put it in chat. So, man, that was crazy what had happened here. But right now, Zach Lindgren still up on point as we take a look at the top of 5 again here real quick, folks. Zach Lindgren in first place, followed by PJ Popham in that number 1 machine. James McKee running in 3rd. Jackson Allen in 4th. Jared Washon now in that 5th spot. Jared Washon tied for Spence Thompson here coming into tonight's race. Spence Thompson, though, running back in that 7th position as we go back to take a look at Spence Thompson. Running, looks like neck and neck for the most part. Well, if it'll ever move over. There we go. Spence Thompson running neck and neck with, looks like Jerry Glenn right behind him in the 94 and the 36 of Kelsey Rogers right there with him. Kelsey Rogers in 9th. Jerry Glenn in 8th. Spence Thompson in 7th. And Jeffrey Smith will round out the top 10 here tonight. We do have some more retirees to go over this evening. Daniel Hill taking his car behind the wall. Bradley Wilson, Vernon Amargam. Hopefully I said his last name correctly again. Joseph Andewar, Kenny Younts, Matthew McMeekin, let's see here. And Ron Broderick did not. It looks like he might have pulled a couple of laps, but he pulled his car in early. So that'll round out the gentleman out there on the track. But it's nice to see Anthony C. back out on the track in the modified Gen 651 machine. He can pick up a position here. Daniel B. Anthony C. currently scored in 14th. Daniel B. in 13th. So Anthony C. can pick up a position. And Scott LeCoe back out here on the track. The other Gen 6 modified can pick up, I believe, 2 positions. Bradley Wilson and Daniel B. I believe there's enough laps left for him to pick up a position. So a couple of positions. So a potential top. Now we have a caution. Jeffrey Smith. And Robbie said that wasn't him. All right. Well, we would go back and take a look at Jeffrey Smith.
Ooh, Gordon barely missed that.
Gordon Larson Jr. right behind him. All right. We'll move right along here with the 96 here real quick. Did the wall get him? Well, we will have to wait and see as that 96 makes his way onto the... Oh, no. He just lost it. Could not get control of it. Smacks the outside wall. And
same thing that happened to Jackson Allen.
Yeah, same exact thing. That 96 machine, heavy damage. I don't even know what kind of car that is, be honest with you. Wow. Ooh. But that 96 machine of Jeffrey Smith will have some heavy damage. Now, he is on pit road, going to have it looked at to see if he can maybe get back out on the track. And the leaders are coming to pit road. Evil Batman. I was going to say, did Robbie throw that other caution?
No, it wasn't me.
They're picking on you now. Oh, man. Well, I don't think we're going to let you live that one down, be honest with you.
Oh, no. We'll be like 3 years down the road and somebody will be like, it's time for a phantom caution.
Well, all right. PJ Popham will win that race off of pit road. Well, you know what? We don't talk to PJ much. So how about we bring up PJ Popham in that one machine and have a word with him. PJ, got a copy?
10-4.
Well, PJ, man, you're running strong here tonight, buddy, in that one Pennzoil machine. Talk about the racing, bud.
Just trying to save the car till the end here. It's a long race, so the 85's fast, the 8's fast, the 4's fast, so just try to keep all the fenders on it, keep it clean, and bring it home and hopefully victory lane.
Do you think you have the car out here tonight? Look like you don't have a scratch on that machine out there to bring it home into victory lane?
Yeah, we've got a strong car. We just got to keep the tires under it, not burn them off so fast. We should be good to go.
All right, PJ Popham, Pennzoil number 1 machine. Going to lead them to the line here momentarily. PJ, good luck, bud.
Nah, thank you. You too.
All right, well, that was PJ Popham in the number 1. We got time for another one.
Let's talk James McKee.
James McKee. All right. See if I can find him here. James McKee, Joshua in the booth, along with Robbie Buckner. Got a copy?
I do.
All right, Robbie, go ahead and interview him, bud.
Well, bud, looking strong tonight. Moved up from your starting position. Looks like you're starting to get up in there and mix it up with these guys. You think you got something to take it to them tonight?
If we can keep these long runs going, I think we do.
Well, heck yeah, brother. I definitely noticed on the long runs you seem to be able to save your tires a little bit better than the rest of them. Get a little bit better off. Last 2 incidents we've seen here have happened in the trial, but guys are getting loose in that trial. Are you experiencing the same thing?
As the tires get worn, like the close to the end before turn 1, I feel like if I'm under somebody, it's a little touch and go, but I'm able to keep it under control.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you the rest of the way. Hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Appreciate it. Sounds good. I hope so.
I hope I put him in the right room. Walker. Oh, I didn't. All right, he's back. We got him in the right room now. All right. Well, PJ Pop, I'm going to lead him to the line. Now, Robbie, I'm going to let you do the honors of going ahead and get him going again, bud.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, we are 113 laps down out of 200, and we're ready to get down and dirty to the end of this thing. The guys all have fresh tires. Probably still looking at 1, maybe 2 stops to finish this thing up. PJ is going to be your leader. Zach Linger on the outside. James McKee third. And James and PJ are away.
Are you live?
I am now.
Okay. All right. Well, PJ gets a good jump on everybody out there. He is already up to half a second lead over Zach Lindgren and James McKee. James McKee and Zach Lindgren on the, fighting for that second spot. They are side by side coming through the triover, but the 85 of Zach Lindgren will complete the pass here to go in front. And I'm seeing maybe a little mirror driving going on between the 8 and the 85.
Just a tad bit. I think both of them realize that they both have really good long-run cars, and whoever's in front of the other one towards the end of it is going to be in better shape. So I think they're going to battle it kind of hard here, but the only problem with that is...
Oh, 43 sideways. No, what? No caution. I'll go back and take a look and see what happened to Craig Lerman, but go ahead.
Oh.
Oh, man. I am surprised there was no caution on that.
Hold on 1 second.
Well, it looks like he didn't fully spin it, so there would have been no caution. That is what happened to the 43 of Craig Lerman. Well, Craig's going to have some damage on his machine as Robbie goes back and does his adminning thing to figure out why there was not a caution. Or whatever he's doing. I don't know exactly. All right, well, there was some contact there.
Yeah,
and
Jared was assessed with an aggressive driving penalty.
Oh.
So he gets a pass-through penalty.
Oh, no. Jared Washon, one of the drivers tied for the top spot. Well, that's unfortunate because rules are rules. And if you break the rules, you will pay the rules, pay for the rules. So, we do know that even the owner has to obey by the rules.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's subject to following the rules no matter who you are. Right now, though, it looks like Zach Linger is going to give up 2 spots coming out of turn 4.
Yes, he will. James McKee up to second spot here. He's got company, though. He's got the 4 of Jackson Allen right on the back of bumper. Now, there is not going to be any more stages. Now, I do know me and you, Robbie, was talking earlier about doing a 33, 33, 33, and then a shootout to the finish. But apparently, that didn't happen.
No. That was going to cause too many issues with our point system. So... we stuck with the normal 3 stages.
Like saying, Robbie, press the button now.
Maybe.
All right.
those out there kind of wondering, like clean dumb, bad dumb, whatever. There's a simple rule we have in the NMTS. You are in control of your car at all times, no matter what happens. If your front end causes somebody else to wreck, spin, heavy contact with the wall, then you get penalized for it. If that would have been a caution, Jared would have gotten an EOL on that one, but with it being still under green flag, Jared unfortunately, got a what we call a pass-through penalty for it. But still plenty of time in the race for him to claw his way back in this.
Oh, definitely so. I mean, we still have a lot of laps to go here for Charlotte. Now, I do not know exactly where you guys are next week because I don't know. Pocono. Yeah, the tricky triangle. Everybody out there in chat talking about Pocono earlier, as I was talking about Pocono earlier. Well, these guys are going to be at Pocono as well. So we got the tricky triangle coming up here on MaxSpeedTV here for a couple of leagues. So, hey, tricky triangle, one of my favorite triangle tracks. Well, actually, it's the only one. So, of course it's my favorite.
Yeah, we're at Pocono next week. We typically we're I guess you could say 1 week behind NASCAR. But not really a week. We're like a couple days behind NASCAR. So.
Okay, yeah.
NASCAR runs Charlotte on Sunday. We run it on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, it was only a couple of days, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do it for two reasons. Because we run a fixed setup league, and the way we do it, it allows the guys to run the official races throughout the week and get some practice in and get ready for the race coming up.
Yeah, and that is true. They got Charlotte. Well, it was Charlotte. Y'all got you guys are racing to Charlotte now.
Yeah, and starting yesterday, you got Pocono. So.
Yep. So, you're going to be practicing for Pocono here coming up this week. Now, the stages are over here, folks. It is just a shootout to the finish. They've been green flagged since the boo-boo by Robbie Buckner.
Heck yeah. Just adding drama.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, it's making it interesting because now PJ Popham is up front here. Now, he's got Jackson Allen in second, right behind him. Jackson Allen has Zach Lindgren in third, right behind him. Now, these two guys, Jackson Allen and Zach Lindgren, part of the WFO Motorsport, and Jackson Allen, I believe, is part of the Thunderstruck Racing. I believe he's the only one in Thunderstruck. Am I correct, or is there another one?
Thunderstruck Racing is Jackson Allen, Ronald White, Kenny Yance, and the Iceman Ryan Daniels in the Truck Series. And then in the Cup Series, it's just Jackson Allen and Ryan Daniels whenever Ryan runs, but Ryan doesn't run as often. So for the most part, on Tuesdays, it's just Jackson by itself, unless Kenny's here. Kenny's part of underfunded on Tuesdays, but if the underfunded guys aren't here, Kenny will run Thunderstruck with Jackson.
Oh, okay. All right.
A lot of moving parts, you notice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well,
I'm amazed I remember most of this crap.
Jackson Allen out here kind of, a teammate kind of by himself right now, in this race. Well, we know Jackson Allen, though. Jackson Allen, even by himself, can run just as good as these guys with teammates, out here, calling different strategies. He has a strategy of his own if he's out here by himself. If he's working with teammates, then they have a strategy together to help him go, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2 if maybe a couple of them work out. But Jackson Allen he's one heck of a racer.
Yeah, Jackson's definitely a wheelman in this series. He went on a tear there a couple races back, won a couple races in a row. He's looking to try and get back on that winning streak again. But he definitely is definitely a wheel guy. But when it comes to a track like Charlotte and pitch strategy and all this stuff, I mean, it's nice to have a teammate to be able to bounce ideas off of. But at the end of the day, you have to make the decision based on what your car is doing and how your car handles. You know, restrictor plates is where it really comes in handy to have that teammate, because you want that drafting partner when you go back out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, sorry, folks. You know, when it comes to super speedways, Daytona, Talladega, and, you know, Michigan is not a super speedway, but it's a speedway that acts like a super speedway, because you can get so much draft, you know, in Michigan that it acts like a super speedway. So, you know, you can throw that into the mix as well, because if you have teammates kind of helping you out, you know, you pit at the same time at Michigan or at super speedways, you know, you can get the draft off of, say you got 4 cars out there, which I believe is the limit.
Yeah.
That'll help. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I tell you, the one thing we haven't talked about a lot tonight, but we talked about a lot last week, and I think that's really played to our advantage here tonight and allowed this close racing that you're seeing with these guys is, you know, we still have that weight penalty in effect for this week here in Charlotte. We took our All-Star package and we moved it over to the actual race tonight. I think that's helped keep these guys bunched up.
Oh, yeah, the 250-pound weight penalty. Now, see, I was not, as a broadcaster, informed on that. I did not know y'all had, you know, brought it over to the actual race. I thought it was just a strict and straight, you know, setup,
well,
you know, per
was
se.
The All-Star race. We weren't planning on using it tonight, but we got such good reviews out of the guys using it in the All-Star race. And the guys went and ran a bunch of official races this week, and they all said they liked the way the cars felt more with that weight restriction on them. So we brought it back tonight to try and entice some really good racing, and I think you're seeing the results of it tonight.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I am on the 94 machine of Jerry Glenn. I've not called his name much tonight, but, you know, good run for Jerry here tonight. He is running in that 6th position. They should be getting very, very close to green flag pit stops here momentarily, as that 94 machine, like I said, running 6th position. He's got David Heiza in that 7-Eleven machine, and every time I see that 7-Eleven, I think of, well, 7-Eleven. You know, I don't know if David did that for a reason, picking the number, but he's in that number week in and week out. But he's running 7th. Good, strong run by David Heiza here tonight at Charlotte.
Yeah, David runs that 7-Eleven as a tribute to his, I can't remember if it's his father or his grandfather's number back from his modified days. So, definitely good.
Oh, okay. So, fully understandable, David, man. You know, running the 7-Eleven for your father out there, man. So, but he's running a paint scheme, if I have it updated correctly. But he's running the old Dale Earnhardt Senior Wrangler. Is that correct?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
David Heiza running the old Dale Earnhardt Jr. Wrangler 7-Eleven?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Passing the grass.
I do know that he did make that pass on Jerry Glenn, and, you know, but, man, nice paint scheme by, you know, representing, you know, the late Dale Earnhardt Sr. You know, we know all what happened to a senior there. You know, my personal opinion on the number 3 machine, well, we'll just go with it. I think it should be. Oh! And the 7-Eleven gets loose, cuts it across the grass. He will, you know, lose 2 positions at the most. Jerry Glenn and Kelsey Rogers getting around as we go back on the 94, getting around, and Kelsey Rogers in the 36, and now up to 7th. David Heiza in that 7-Eleven machine goes back to the 8th position. Well, product of old tires.
Yeah.
No, PJ Popham, though, he has been up front since the end of stage number 2. He has not gave it up to Jackson Allen. They battle it out, but Jackson Allen now, you know, he's content with second. He knows that they're going to have to pit. What are these guys going to do when green flag pit stops come up?
Yeah, right now these guys are battling out. PJ though has done a great job holding these guys back. Zach Lindgren fell back a little bit there because of connection issues. He's starting to rebound and come back towards the front. It's going to get interesting here. These guys went green at lap 115. We're now at lap 144.
We are coming to 144. Yep. Yeah, we are coming to 144. Jackson Allen going to be coming down pit road. And there he comes. I like the Coca-Cola. Nope. 2010 Dell Jr. at Daytona Xfinity as well. Yeah, he represented the same paint scheme as what his dad did. So, running, the same paint scheme as well. Just a different number. Same paint scheme, different number. But, nevertheless, that 7-Eleven, though, still having a good run. Currently running in 7th. Had a moment there. Jackson Allen got the tank of fuel, got the tires. He is back out on the track, and he is staying below the white line. Now, another one of the rules, I believe, is you have to enter on the backstretch, correct?
Correct. You stay below the white line until you hit the backstretch, and there you're allowed to merge with the field.
I'm still learning the rules, guys. So I've only had the Intamin TSB Graphics Cup Series for a few, a couple of months. So I'm still learning, but they put on a great show. Now Jackson Allen is 1 lap down, but he's on fresher tires. He pitted. He's got his tires. He's got his fuel. This is one of, I believe, 2 pit stops. I think they'll have to make at least one more, at least for fuel. But while you're in, you might as well get at least 4 tires because, 15, 16 seconds, you might as well get it all.
Yeah, I tell you, the telling sign here, what you're going to see here is wait till you see the gap that's going to develop between Jackson and PJ, because Jackson is already pitted and PJ is still out there running laps.
Exactly. As we are on Jackson Allen, number 4, we're going to go back up front here to PJ Pop. I'm sorry, folks. Didn't have time to mute my mic. PJ Popham in that one machine, though, getting around the 51 of Anthony C. I'm just going to call him Anthony C. I'm not going to pronounce his last name.
It works a lot better.
Exactly. So that'll put him...
Facebook chat with him, and I still don't know how to pronounce his name. So.
Wow. Well, Anthony C., he is another great racer. I have called many races with him. In the race, he is a great racer. He knows how to race. He just unfortunately had a bad night tonight. I
think Charlotte in general's been bad to him this week. I think he had a rough run in our All-Star race. I think he went and ran the GRC race. Got caught up in a wreck in that one. Got caught up in a wreck in ours tonight. So yeah, most definitely. I tell you, look at the difference in tires here. As Jackson Allen is trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way as he's moved around James McKee. He's chasing down Zach Lindgren.
Yeah, exactly. He is chasing down. I've got Whoa! Who is that? PJ. Oh no! PJ through the grass. Now Zach Lindgren taking over point. James McKee in second. PJ Popham goes back to third. PJ Popham.
Pit this time.
Oh man.
He's got to pit this time.
Well, we are live, folks, so we're not behind. Is PJ gonna pit? No, he stays out. What?
Oh. Oh, PJ, you're making a bet you're going to have to lie in, bud. PJ has got to be counting on the fact that Jackson's going to have to pitch a second time.
No,
and he's hoping that by staying out there that his tires are going to be better in the long run.
Well, PJ is in second. James McKee is in first, has led a lap. So James McKee will get some bonus points. And James McKee coming to pit road, but PJ says nope.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I tell you, I may not agree with this strategy, but everybody's got to make their own decisions, their own calls on strategy. It's a bold move by PJ. But he's not the only one. Spence Thompson's still out there and hasn't pitted yet either.
Yeah, Spence Thompson, one of your points leaders here. Now, Spence coming down pit road. Spence says, no, I'm done. I need tires. I need fuel. I'm done. I'm coming down pit road. So, Spence Thompson going to give up second place to David Heiza. Spence coming down pit road. So, Spence, strategy. That's what is happening here right now. PJ Popham, though, in that one machine, still out here, not electing to come down pit road. Boy, those tires for PJ Popham, they're probably 20% or worse.
I don't know, man. He got loose off the corner again there. He's getting loose through the trial. Well, man, there's not much tire left on those things right now. There can't be. But he's doing a heck of a job holding on to it. But I just don't know if he's going to lose too much time.
There it comes. Yeah. Not to interrupt. Oh, no! He spins it coming down pit road. He goes sideways. PJ Popham coming down pit road goes sideways. And he will pull it out onto the outside line. I believe that is a rule. You have to stay on the outside line coming down pit road. You'll back it up coming down pit road. Oh, no. Well, David Heiza is now your new leader. Well, he has been your new leader. He has led 2 laps here so far, but now your new leader again. So that 7-Eleven machine up front, the 94 of, who is that?
Jerry Glenn.
Jerry Glenn right behind him will make the pass. Gordon Larson Jr., though, is in second, scored in that second spot in that 00 machine. We haven't really talked about Gordon Larson Jr. We did interview him, but he is in second. Jackson Allen in that third position. Fresh tires. They'll have to make one more pit stop.
I think Jackson definitely is going to have to. Zach may not have to. But right now, Jackson Allen has a 10-second lead on Zach Lindgren when this all washes out.
Oh, man. Well, Jackson Allen, now your new leader here in that number 4 machine. Gordon Larson Jr. now back to second. David Heiza, 3 laps led. Spence Thompson, 14 laps led. Zach Lindgren, 24 laps led. Jackson Allen, 50 laps led. PJ Popham, though, 64 laps led here so far. Man. Well, PJ Popham is the last one on the lead lap.
Gordon is getting tight. Watch him in the corners. Yeah, tires are wearing off on Gordon's car. I think at this point it might be a matter of loose tightness on his car. They're alike. But I tell you, man, right now Zach Lindgren is 9 seconds behind our leader, Jackson Allen. Zach's able to pick up, looks like about 2-3 tenths of a second a lap right now on Jackson. Looks like Jackson's tires have equalized. Zach's still got a little bit of good left in his right now, but the question is, did they wait too long? I mean, tires are so crucial here. You know, looks like Jackson's trying to do a 2-tire stop. Zach may be going for a 1-tire stop, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But I tell you, one thing Jackson kind of showed me there is fresh tires. Man, you can make up a lot of time in a hurry on those fresh tires. I don't know what you guys think about that out there in the chat, but man, oh man, Jackson Allen made up some heck of a time, and friggin' this is crazy. I know PJ right now is probably devastated, you know, spinning on the pit road. Man, that's heartbreaking. First he got loose through the tri-oval, then he got around on pit road. PJ right now, as it sits, PJ is 7th place, 24.9 seconds behind our leader.
Oh.
That is just a nightmare of an amount of time to lose.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now, PJ is on a little bit newer, fresher tires, though, than these other guys. But still, 24 seconds back is a lot of seconds. And he's the last one on the lead lap. Jackson Allen back out front. Oh, man, it's going to come down to the wire. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to the wire. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, man. But I don't want to count PJ out yet, because if we get a caution, PJ's right back in this thing. But I think if this thing goes green to the end, I just don't see PJ making it 24 seconds. I can't. Stranger things have happened.
Oh, yeah. You know, I have called races before that somebody won it with a blown engine. You know.
I've seen that.
You know, they win a race with a blown engine. 2 laps left. They just, kind of give it a little bit of gas, coast, go around the track 2 laps, and, they come out, with the win. I've seen it. So, yeah, stranger things can happen.
Yeah. My one and only win in the NMTS come at Daytona in the opening race last year, and I ended up winning that by accident. Wasn't even trying to actually win the race. Was trying to actually push a teammate to the win, and me and a teammate went high around this guy, and I was pushing him by the guy, and the teammate dropped low, and I went to drop low, and the guy closed the gap on me, and I was like, dang, I'm gonna end up falling back, and all of a sudden I got a shove from the back. Barely got ahead of my teammate right when the caution come out, and I ended up winning the thing. So crazy things happen.
Exactly. Like the Coca-Cola said, I did that too, Josh. Things happen. Things really do happen, and this is a simulator, and we all know that, but they make it so realistic in a sense to where you have to know how to drive each individual car, whether it be the Cup car, Xfinity car, Skippies, trucks. They make it so realistic that it makes you just want to get out there and race the real thing, but that it's very, very, dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. They have a documentary called The World's Fastest Alien. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. If you haven't, go on YouTube and look it up. Well, you're already on YouTube. So after the race, in the search bar, look up World's Fastest Alien. They've done a documentary probably about 5 to 10 years, somewhere around there. I don't think it was more than 10 years ago. But it's about a guy. He still races on the iRacing server, still one of the best in iRacing, but he does a lot of road course racing, Formula One, sports cars, and whatnot. But he's just ungodly quick in these cars. And they have a documentary on where iRacing took him to a racetrack with a real race team to see what would happen if they put him in a real car. And this guy, you could tell that, like, physically he just wasn't up for it. Like, mentally he had all the attributes you needed to be really good at this stuff, but he wasn't ready for the heat and humidity and all the stuff that comes along with being in a real race car. You know, you sit at the house in your chair, got the air conditioner on, fans blowing, you got your Coca-Cola. You know, yeah, it gets grueling 200 laps, but unless you've turned the heat on, it doesn't get there.
Exactly, and gonna answer a question here real quick. The gap between Zach and Allen, Jackson Allen and Zach Lindgren, 3 point, about 3 seconds roughly between them two. Now Spence Thompson is in third. He's about 6 seconds behind Zach Lindgren, and he is battling the 8 of James McKee though for position. James McKee, though, fighting pretty strong there to try to get around the 89 of Spence Thompson. It looks like we have some more retirees for the evening. Jeffrey Smith and Daniel Hill taking their cars behind the wall.
Yeah, looks like they finally decided it's just not worth running anymore. But there's still some people out there soldiering along, like Scott Lacoe. And how about Jared Wishon, though? You know, serve the penalty, come out, and he is fighting his guts out to stay on the lead lap in case the caution comes out.
No, yeah, he has that Ford machine of Jackson Allen on his tail end there. Now that 18 will stay high. He's not going to give it to that 4. He knows he's on the lead lap.
He just took it from the 4.
Oh, he took it from the 4.
Just went there and took it from the 4.
Wow.
So
Jared on the lead lap.
Jared racing his guts out to stay on the lead lap. You know, we're down to, we got loose off of turn 4 there.
Yeah, we seen that live here.
We're down to 26 laps to go.
Yeah, we are almost, I would say almost done, but I don't believe we're done. You know, no. By no means. We've got about 26 laps left, like you said. Jackson Allen, though, dominating the race. Now, Jackson Allen has led 67 laps here. He's coming up on the... Oh,
now might be time for Jared to back out of it.
Oh, no. Side by side going into 1. And I think...
Jared's going to back out of it.
Yeah, I think Jared said enough of that. Now,
Oh,
no. Well... That allowed the 18 to get right back around him.
I tell you, this is getting intense, and Zach is closing up even more, starting to creep into your picture back there.
Yeah, Timothy, you said it. The laps are going to count down fast. These guys have been racing for a little over 2 hours and 15 minutes. I've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes, so... roughly 2 hours they have been racing, the longest race of the season here for the NMTS Cup Series, BA Graphics Cup Series. Make sure I get that BA Graphics in there because that's the sponsor here for the Cup Series.
Tell you, Zach Linger's cut that lead down to a second. I tell you, if Jackson Allen's going to make this a two-stop strategy here at the end, he's going to want to go ahead and come in here soon to get those tires. You know, I think if he tries to run this thing out, he may be in trouble.
Well, the thing about it is tires and fuel. Fuel not going to play a big factor, but tires are going to, play a bigger factor because after, about 15 laps, the tires are shot. You really can't do much in terms of, passing, racing it side by side with somebody. It becomes more of a, in a sense, a nuisance.
Yeah, like James McKee said when we interviewed him a while ago, get up under somebody, it gets kind of sketchy there for a minute. You're kind of hoping everything holds together.
James McKee running in that 4th position here.
I'll tell you what's going to be interesting here in a second. Jackson Allen's finally gotten back around the 18 of Jared Wishon. Zach Linger now has ran up on him real fast. Will Jared fight Zach as hard as he fought Jackson to stay on the lead lap, or will he just roll over and give it to Zach?
Well, we'll have to go back here to the 18. See, there is the 18 of Jared Wishon. The 85 of Zach Lindgren getting around him.
Yeah,
20 laps to go. And we will guaranteed have some green flag pit stops. No doubt about it. The question is, who is going to come in first?
If I'm Jackson Allen, I'm pitting now.
Well, Jackson Allen
Zach's caught me. He's probably going to get around me. As soon as he gets around me, I'm going to pit road.
Well, he does make the pass on him. What is that four machine gonna do? Make their way around 3 and 4. Neither one of them electing to pit. Zach Lindgren, your new leader.
I don't think you're going to see Zach pit at all the rest of this race. I think he stayed out long enough that he's confident in his ability to be able to hold on to the end of this thing. Jackson's the one that, you know, as early as he pitted, kind of curious if he's going to have a second stop or not. But right now, though, he's losing time to Zach, losing about 2/10 a lap.
Now, the 43 machine of Craig Lerman in between them two. Craig Lerman, though, only a lap down. So, you know, fighting for that wave by Kelsey Rogers, 36 machine. We'll go back and take a look at, well, actually, the 36 is right there. The 85 of Zach Lindgren looking to the inside of him to put Kelsey Rogers. It looks like a lap down.
Yeah. Yeah, Kelsey's definitely giving it up, but Craig Lerman now battling Kelsey for that lucky dog spot. But right now, though, I tell you, Zach Lindgren pulling away about 2/10 a second, like I said, on Jackson Allen. It's it'll be interesting, man. If we have a caution, everything's going to change there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 16 laps to go. Now 15 as it updates there, folks. Zach Lindgren out front. Zach Lindgren, 28 laps led. It looks like Jackson Allen, though, will come away with the most laps led. Now, if PJ Popham, though, can get up there, he can take away that most laps led. There's still enough laps left here to do it. Well, right now there's not, because as that 85 machine crosses the line, that'll make it 14 to go. So it looks like Jackson Allen will come away with the most laps led here tonight for the NMID TSB Graphics Cup Series here at Charlotte. Outstanding racing here. You know, hiccups at the beginning, but they got it lined out, and everybody out here racing. 13 drivers out on the track. Well, it looks like 12 drivers out on the track. It looks like Anthony C. is on pit road. Ooh, Zach Lindgren doing a little bit of blinking there.
Yeah. I think he'll be okay, though.
Yeah, it's just probably one of those hiccup moments. Yeah, it's been an awesome race here tonight. I'm sure we're going to see some guys coming down pit road. We're going to have to. You know, fuel especially. Well, tires mainly. But Jackson Allen, though, we talk about him because he pitted early. Did he save enough?
He's going to be close, man. He's the one guy I'm worried about running out of fuel. He is definitely the one guy that I'm worried about, because You know, Zach told us you could run about, what, 45, 50 laps on the tank of fuel?
Well, I believe it was you that I was talking to. Yeah, Zach Lindgren. Now, I have in the fuel laps 35 to 40.
And I think Zach said with the weight penalty, they're actually getting 45, about 45 laps because
Okay.
it slowed them down so much on the lap.
Okay, so yeah, a little bit different here tonight because of the weight penalty. You've got, yeah, true.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check to make sure here. But I want to say Jackson Allen pitted. Yeah, Jackson pitted on like lap 143, 144. So that won't get him to the end.
Oh, yeah, I do see it. Jackson Allen, 143, the last pit stop he made.
Yeah, if what Zach told us is true, Jackson's probably not going to make it to the end here without pitting.
Oh, man.
But as they say, you got to risk it for the biscuit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Zach Lindgren out front, Jackson Allen in second. James McKee running in that third spot.
Excitement.
Huh?
No, I don't believe I'll be throwing a phantom caution this close to the end of the race.
I see, chat. Oh, man. James McKee in third. Spence Thompson running in fourth. PJ Popham in fifth. David Heisen sixth. Jerry Glenn in seventh. The last one on the lead a lap. Jared Washawn in eighth. First one a lap down. Craig Lerman in ninth. A lap down. Kelsey Rogers a lap down in 10th. Gordon Larson Jr. one lap down as well in 11th. Now these gentlemen 8th back to 11th are fighting for the lucky dog. If a caution was to come out with 8 to go, right now as it stands, Jared Washawn would be the lucky dog.
Yes.
And man, oh man, it's going to get interesting because there's the 94 machine of Jerry Glenn. We look back, Zach Lindgren coming up on him as Zach makes his way on to the front stretch here, coming across the line. Going to be 6 to go.
Yeah, right now, Zach is hoping if a caution is going to come out, he wants it to come out in about 2 laps. That way this race ends under yellow and he doesn't have to deal with a restart.
Exactly. He knows he's got some fast drivers behind him. You know, Jackson Allen, James McKee, Spence Thompson about 10 seconds back. PJ Popham, David Heisen, Jerry Glenn. You know, any of these guys could come out with a victory, as well as Jared Washawn, because, you know, if it was to come out now, we would have a one-lap shootout. But Zach Lindgren on the backstretch here, when he crosses the line, if a caution doesn't come out, the next flag would end the race.
Yep. Yeah, but at this point now, Zach's just hoping everything holds together. He wants to make sure the car doesn't do anything funky that it hasn't done all night. You know, he's probably going to be a little bit easier on his exits, a little bit easier on that throttle. You know, he's going to be as patient as he can be with his inputs.
Exactly. Well, Timothy already put in chat there, checker flag for Zach Lindgren. Well, Timothy, we still have 3 laps to go here, but if something happens to Zach, he may not win it.
We've already seen 2 leaders tonight go through the trial of grass, so I wouldn't count anything until this is over, said and done.
Exactly. 3 laps to go. Here's Jackson Allen, 2.4 seconds back. James McKee, strong run here tonight. We'll get on James McKee here real quick, see if we can bring up his driver bar. Started 18th, and if he can finish this out with 3 to go, he will finish in the top 3 here. Led 1 lap as well. So strong run for James McKee, but he's got Spence Thompson behind him. Now, is there enough laps for Spence to catch James, or are the tires really playing a key here with 2 laps to go?
Yeah, I think at this point, James is pretty solidly ahead of Spence. It'd take a big mistake on James's part for Spence to catch him. Just like it's going to take a big mistake with the white flag coming out for Zach Lindgren for anyone to catch him.
Exactly. 1 to go for that 85 machine of Zach Lindgren to bring it home here. 2 more turns for Zach Lindgren. Currently coming into the night in the 3rd place in points. 57 back behind Spence and Jared. Checkered flag in the air. The 85, Zach Lindgren bringing it home with the victory here for the NMNTS BA Graphics Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 3, 4, 5, 600, whatever you want to call it. But Zach Lindgren will grab the victory here tonight. It looks like Jackson Allen finishing in 2nd place. James McKee in that 3rd spot.
I'd say that was interesting there with the pit strategy there at the end. And I'm going to be interested to see how much fuel Jackson had left in that car, because he could not have much fuel left in that.
No, exactly. We will get these guys down here to interview the top 3 coming up here momentarily here on the post-race interview here for Max Speed TV. So stay tuned, folks. Alrighty, folks, we are back here live on Max Speed TV. I've caught up with 3rd place here tonight for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series Coca-Cola. Well, I don't know what to call it. 3, 4, 5, 600, whatever you want to call it here. But James McKee in that number 8, bringing it home in 3rd. James, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
James, man, what a race here tonight. Strategies played out throughout the whole race. Hiccups at the beginning, but everybody got it under control here. What did it take just to survive this race here tonight during the strategies?
Well, starting in the back didn't help. Seeing how we were almost in that first wreck, thank God we missed it. But also, thank goodness it came out, because then I took 2 tires and I was able to come up through the field, get some track position, which helped because we stayed up there the rest of the night, which was good, so we were out of trouble. But it was hard fought, that's for sure. It was a tough track, tough car, but we got it there.
Well, you know, you had the cautions at the beginning, and I'm going to pick on Robbie here for a moment because you had the end of the stage caution of stage 2 10 laps early. So you knew you had a long green flag, hopefully, run there at the end, roughly 110 laps. 2 pit stops y'all would have to make roughly. Did that play into a factor at all with the way the race progressed after the stage 2?
Oh, I'm not really sure, but Robbie, if you're here, I love Texas Roadhouse. I could have used that 10 laps, but that's okay. Just shoot me a gift card, and I'll forget everything.
Texas Roadhouse, that's awesome.
No, but I mean, everybody was in the same predicament. It didn't matter. 110 laps, I expected a long run. We got, I think 2 long runs, 1 caution in between, which is fine, but it was fun. I loved it when the tires started wearing off. I felt like we were a little bit better than some, not as fast as Zach or Jackson by no means, but I felt comfortable with those long runs.
All right. Well, congratulations on bringing it in to that 3rd spot here tonight. A quick question for you here. Well, a couple of things, actually. You came in tonight 5th in points, 978 behind Bradley Wilson. Bradley not having the night he wanted here tonight, so you may pick up a position here tonight. Not sure how that's going to line out, but 5th in points, not bad coming into the night, but boy, the tricky triangle next week. You got Pocono. What do you think about Pocono?
That is by far one of my favorite tracks. I feel like I run pretty well there. That and Indy, I love to death, so I look forward to running that next week.
All right. Well, we'll hope to see you next week. Of course, we will see you next week, hopefully here on MaxSpeedTV. Robbie, do you have anything for that number 8 machine?
Oh, just send me your information, man. We'll send you that gift card. But I'll be honest with you, it's not going to be much on the card. I may just pick up a blank one and mail it to you because I may not be around much longer after that boo-boo.
Hey, I love fried pickles, so if you just send me a free appetizer, we'll call it even.
Free appetizer? All right, brother. But no, seriously, great run for you tonight, man. It's good watching you come up through the field there. You and Spence had one whale of a battle there for 3rd for about 15, 20 laps. So it was good to see, man. Congratulations on a solid top 3 finish.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Spence was one tough cookie to pass, but it was a lot of fun getting around him. The clean way.
The clean way, exactly. Well, man, we're going to let you go celebrate 3rd place here tonight. Is there anybody you want to give a shout-out to for this awesome finish here at Charlotte?
No, I just appreciate you guys putting this on, as always. Definitely want to thank Spence for a lot of fun those last few laps, and then Zach and Jackson, was fun racing with him as well. And, thank them. I think my dad's watching, so hello, Dad, and thank everybody for putting this on.
All right. Well, that is James McKee in the number 8, finishing in 3rd here tonight. James, go celebrate, bud.
Will do. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, that will bring us to that number 4 machine. It looks like he got it kind of crinkled up there at the end, but I will actually let Robbie Buckner start with Jackson Allen, and then I'll finish it off. Robbie, it's all yours, bud.
Jackson, brother, how you doing tonight?
Oh, man, I'm doing great.
Well, the chat all says that I like you too much, and that's why I threw a caution because you went through the grass there towards the end of the 2nd stage there. But you and I both know that I wouldn't be that blatantly favoritistic. But man, you had a solid car tonight. Great run for you. But I do have one question before we get into how your night went and all. Is how much gas was left in that car when you crossed finish line?
0.1 gallons.
Yeah, I figured you were real close on making it there. But I tell you, it was an exciting strategy watching you play that. When we saw you pit, man, one of the first things I said is, y'all wait till y'all see the lead this dude's going to have on everybody if they wait too long to pit. And sure enough, they waited a while to pit, man. You got out by almost 17, 18 seconds on them. But it looked like by the time they all pitted for their tires, you'd pretty much use all the good up out of yours.
Yeah. I was thinking about the undercut for about 20 laps there. And man, when you threw that caution, it kind of threw my strategy out a little bit, because I was expecting to be at 200 and to be able to run 40 laps and be good, and instead we had to run 50 laps to get to that position there where we were. But it's all good. Yeah, I knew with the undercut that the tire pickup would have been good. I didn't know exactly how far ahead I was. The first time I got to see Zach, it was like 10 seconds back. I was like, all right, I'm good here. I'm okay. And then the next time I saw him, it was 4 seconds. And then the next time I saw him, he was in my mirror. So I was like, well, that didn't last long. And yeah, and the 18 there, he ran me hard. That's a teammate to Zach, and I knew I expected that. So it was good racing. I'm glad it stayed clean. With the front, I guess 5, 6, 7 cars there, we all had some great racing. Even with the longer run, when we were slipping and sliding and trying to spin out off the corners and pushing up on the entry of the corners there, man, we were racing hard, and that was definitely a fun race, a grueling race. I'm drenched right now with sweat, but man, that was a blast.
Well, man, I tell you, one thing I noticed, and I'm sure Josh noticed as well, man, and I hadn't seen this all week long here at Charlotte, is the tri-oval, man. It seemed like people were just having issues with the tri-oval tonight. 3 separate occasions we saw those of you at the front of the field get loose and just take it through the grass. Tell us about what was going on there in the tri-oval tonight.
Yeah, coming off of 4, you would either be pushing or it would snap loose on you, and as I was catching them with the fresh tires, I saw PJ snap loose, and the exact same thing happened to me. It just snaps loose, and you're along for the ride. I just kept my foot in it and went through the grass. So for those that thought the caution was for me, man, it was. I had her gathered up, and I thought I was actually going to be in good shape. I was like, all right, he's going to be breathing a little bit, and I'm going to be able to run him down here and race him for the stage. But yeah, and then if you lost it in the corner coming out of 4, you caught it all the way down the tri-oval. There was a couple times where I didn't take it through the grass, but I wrecked all the way through the tri-oval, just left, right, trying to keep it underneath me.
Well, heck yeah, brother. My last question for you before I let Josh take over is, tell us about your patriotic paint scheme you have for tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to throw something together, and I didn't have a lot of time. I got the memo that the race was starting about 30 minutes early, about 10 minutes before we were supposed to be there. So I just put it together real quick, and I'm pretty proud of it, pretty satisfied with it, and I hope it looked good, and I hope it honored all the troops and all that have served the country to give us what we have today to sit around and play video games and stream on YouTube and things like that, privileges that other countries don't have.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Josh, you got anything for him?
Oh, yeah, I have got just a couple of questions for that number 4 machine, Jackson Allen. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on second place here tonight. And, of course, thank you for the paint scheme, from a veteran to, you out there and, of course, everybody out there watching. You're representing, even though Memorial Day was yesterday, you're still representing here tonight. So, really appreciate that. But man, what a race here tonight. That was amazing here. Grabbing a second place here. Now, not in the top 10 in points, but this is going to help you in the point standings.
Yeah, we're climbing the points there. I'm not sure exactly where we're sitting, but we didn't even start running until I think it was Richmond or Bristol or something like that. We didn't run our first race until 5 or 6 races in, so we're behind the 8 ball there. But we're pretty much locked into the chase with the wins that we do have. So we're just trying to get as much points as we can, maybe crack the top 10 before the season's end here.
Well, second place here tonight. Now, one more question before we go let you celebrate second place. Pocono next week, bud. The Tricky Triangle. Everybody knows that Pocono is, they don't call it the Tricky Triangle for nothing because turns 1 and 2 are about the same, but 3 going back onto the front stretch is rather flat in terms of the other turns. Do you like Pocono?
Oh, I love Pocono, and this will be the first time that most of us see the new updated Pocono that iRacing put out. So we'll see how it is. The old Pocono, it was a track right up my alley. You got to save tires. You can attack the track, or you can kind of sit back and let it come to you. We'll see how it goes. It'll be my first time on this new pavement track that they have, which is already 7-8 years old. But yeah, I love it, and it's gonna be a good run. I don't know about the truck so much, but I know the Cup cars will be looking to have another run like we kind of have the past 5-6 weeks here.
All right, Jackson Allen in that number 4 machine from Thunderstruck Racing, coming on with a second place. Jackson, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to for second place here tonight?
Hey, I gotta give a shout out to the Hub Sim Racing Giveaways for sponsoring us. You guys up in the booth for everything you do. Bradley for all the painstaking work that he does. Gotta give a shout out to all the troops there. I'm a 31 Bravo myself, so I know Kenny is serving as well. So a big shout out to him and to anybody else. I don't plan on naming them all off, but yeah, thanks to everyone out there, everybody that tuned in on my stream and your alls, and yeah, we'll come back next week and we'll try it again.
All right, Pocono coming out next week for that number 4 machine, as well as everybody else out here. Jackson, go celebrate, bud. We'll see you next week at Pocono.
Thanks, sir.
Well, all righty, folks. That will bring us to that 85 machine. The winner here tonight, Zach Lindgren, one of the names that I know very well. So, Zach, man, talk about the racing out there tonight and what it was like to race it up with these guys neck and neck. What you had to do, in all honesty, to bring it home in victory lane here.
You know, to be quite honest with you, I didn't know what I had to do at the start of this. I thought winning in the GRCS last Thursday in the 85 Ford, I thought that was going to use up my luck and I was going to have a bad night tonight. But that first little run that we had at the beginning with a few little cautions plaguing it here and there, we kind of faded back. We didn't really know what the car wanted to do, what we had in the car, and we just kind of worked with the brake bias a little bit, worked with the car in the corners coming out. But that last run, when Jackson got out to that huge lead, like Robbie was saying, man, I thought for sure I was done. I was trying to hold myself back because I knew if I ran my tires down, we'd stay neck and neck and he'd take the win. So I was trying to hold myself back to kind of conserve the tires. But at the same time, I didn't want him to just, slowly get reeled in and time runs out. So trying to find that happy equal medium right there, trying to catch Jackson right there at the end, man. It was a lot of fun, really nerve-wracking too. I didn't really want to see a caution. I knew I had a car to get to him and beat him. I really didn't want to see a caution. You can ask Ben, so pretty much those last 15 laps I was screaming no caution. But man, the racing was fantastic tonight. I had such a blast. The car was a blast. Everyone out here was just a blast to race with. I just had a fantastic time.
Well, you come in to tonight, third place in points, 57, behind the leaders of Jared Washon and Spence Thompson. Now, Spence Thompson will finish in 4th, Jared Washon in 8th, but you with the victory and, of course, leading a lap will get you some points there. I don't know exactly if it's going to shake up the top 3. Well, I do know it'll shake up the top 3 somewhat. But does this give you momentum going into next week at the Tricky Triangle Pocono?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Coming off a win will give you a huge boost anytime, and I look forward to Pocono. Like both Jimmy or James and Jackson said, that you know, Pocono's one of my favorite tracks as well. You just get into the corner and you just don't. There's just a certain feeling you got to get when you're racing at Pocono. It's just a certain mindset you got to get into, and I think all three of us, James, Jackson, and I, you know, we kind of just get into that main frame of just. It's a really momentum-based track, and just getting around it. Each corner is different every single lap, so. You got to attack each corner differently, but it's just so much fun. And like they were saying, it's so much fun just to go around. But obviously, this gives us a lot of momentum. I've never raced against both either James or Jackson at Pocono, so I don't know how they are. But I've got a lot of confidence going into Pocono next week. I'm trying not to inflate my ego here. I'm trying to be as humble as I can, trying to take a piece of humble pie. But I'm looking forward to next week at Pocono. But obviously, this is going to give us a big boost in points and just confidence in general. And I can't wait for Pocono next week.
All right. Well, Zach Lindgren coming on with the win here tonight. Robbie, you got anything for that number 85 machine?
No, the only thing I got for Zach is, Zach, like you just said, brother, humble pie. Congratulations on the win tonight. 2 in a row at Charlotte for you here in the NMTS and then Ghost Runner this week. Great job to you in both series, brother. Ain't really much I can say to you other than great job, brother.
Thank you, Robbie.
All right. Well, Zach, is there anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to for this victory?
Oh, yeah. I want to thank everyone who's helped me just get this far. I can't thank them enough for Bradley.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Robbie. You in particular. But everyone at WFO, everyone at WFO who's helped me become a better racer, all the brave men and women overseas protecting this great country. I got a friend that's currently up in Canada right now. He's kind of training to be underwater in a submarine, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, to be honest with you, but special thanks to everyone out there, our brave men and women that just give us the opportunity to do this, give us to live our lives the way we want to. You guys up here for broadcasting, dedicating your time, just a big shout out to anyone. Also, if this thing is somewhat unsponsored, even though I had Shine Down on the car, if any sponsors out there want to put me on, just let me know. But huge shout out to everyone that's gotten me this far. That's really all I got for right now.
Well, you're welcome to Ron Hint, MaxSpeedTV, Hint. But anyway, we will leave it at that. Zach Lindgren going to come home with the win here tonight for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series. Coca-Cola, well, I know I've said it, 3, 4, 5, 600. But anyway, it's the race at Charlotte. We'll put it to you that way. Zach, man, congratulations on the victory here tonight, man. Get ready for Pocono next week because Tricky Triangle, man, is a little bit tricky.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's, it has a certain kind of thing to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, as you would say, whatever you just said.
All right.
Hey, Zach, somebody in the chat wants to sponsor you, bro.
Oh, who we talking about here?
I like the
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm sorry?
I like the Coca-Cola.
I like the Coca-Cola. Well, if they're interested, my name is exactly how it is right now on Facebook. Hit me up and we'll get to talking.
All right. Well, hey, there you go. I like a Coca-Cola in chat. You just hit up Zach Lindgren on Facebook. But, Zach, man, we're going to let you go celebrate, bud. We're going to get out of here, man. Congratulations on the victory here tonight. And we'll see you next week at Pocono, bud.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, Robbie, how about we go down through the final results here on MaxSpeedTV here real quick. All right. Zach Lindgren coming on with the victory here tonight. Well, Jackson Allen, though, man, will come away with the most laps led with 74, but it was about a 10 lap difference between Jackson Allen and PJ Popham. Jackson Allen 74 laps, PJ Popham 64, but Jackson Allen finishing in second. James McKee, good run here tonight, finishing in that third spot. Spence Thompson in a fourth. PJ Popham will finish in that fifth position. David Heisen sixth, Jerry Glenn in seventh, Jared Brashawn in eighth, Craig Lerman in ninth, and Kelsey Rogers will round out the top 10 here for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series. Robbie.
Give me 1 second here. My stuff's froze up on me. I should have it. I don't have it. Where'd my stuff go?
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Robbie having issues.
No.
No. Well, would you like for me to take care of it?
If you will start out, I should hopefully catch up with you.
All right. Gordon Larson Jr. in 11th. Anthony C. in 12th. Scott Lacoe in 13th. Jeffrey Smith in 14th. Daniel B. Hill in 15th. Bradley Wilson, not the race he wanted to have here tonight at Charlotte. Unfortunately, he will finish in that 16th spot.
17th would be Vernon Marjaheim. I'm guessing that's how you say Vernon's last name. If not, he'll become like Anthony. I'll just call him Virgin M or Vernon M from now on. Joseph Angelar is going to come home in 18th. 19th is going to be the 77 of Kenny Yance. 20th will be the 14 of Matthew McMeekin. 21st will be Ryan Broderick, who looks like he joined the server, wasn't actually able to race any tonight. And rounding out your field from the booth, that'd be me.
That'd be Mr. Robbie Buckner. Robbie not racing here tonight in the 000 machine, admitting, making some mistakes. Knock on wood. And doing what Robbie does best. Robbie, man, glad to have you.
Mistakes.
Oh, yeah, man, it happens. But made for some great racing here tonight, of course, guaranteed. But, well, man, that will wrap it up here for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series here at Charlotte. Stay tuned, folks, because we've got more action here coming up on MaxSpeedTV Thursday night. The Ghost Runner Cup Series heads to the Tricky Triangle of Pocono for 80 laps, and then Saturday night the VRL Southern Spoon Cup Series heads to Homestead for their season finale. So that will be some action there indeed. But Robbie, man, glad to have you back in chat. Back in the booth, not chat. You were in chat as well. But any final words here before we sign off?
Man, the only thing I can say is for 200 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway, these guys done a heck of a job, in my opinion. We saw all different kinds of strategy tonight. Whether I helped them on extending their strategy or not could be debated. But I tell you, it was interesting to watch and follow there at the end and watch the difference the tires made. So I thought overall it was a good race. Thank you, as always, for letting me come up here and help you with this. And thank you to everybody out in the chat who I actually got to interact with tonight. Tonight's first night I was actually able to actually follow along with the chat and interact. So look forward to many more nights if you'll have me back, and we'll have some fun.
Well, after the mistake tonight, you're fired. No, I'm just playing. No.
I wouldn't blame you.
Anyway, hey, man, we had a great time here up in the booth, man. Cracking up, laughing, making mistakes. It happens. We're all human. But, Robbie, man, love to have you back in the booth, man. It does help here on MaxSpeedTV. Me in the booth, man, when you get to certain tracks, you really need that second chair, second lookout, calling the race and the action. So, man, I love having you up here. And you're welcome back anytime, bud. So just letting you know. But man, it has been an honor here for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series again on Tuesday night. But until next time, folks, stay safe and have a good night.